place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? That'd be just swell. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Angie, how you doing? How's things? Loving like right back at you. Steve-o. I've no idea anymore, mate. Absolutely no idea anymore. They are one and the same, and yet they are completely different. Bizarro. Mandy, nice hat. Thank you, nice hat. Nice to see you. Nice. And Ting. Got something for you as well in a bit, haven't we? On screenage. And I've had a shower again, so I'm warm, and yet I've been a little bit cold earlier. Been working really hard. Barnsey, how you doing, bud? How's things? You okay? Are we full of the joys of spring? That is a cracking cup of tea. A cracking cup of tea at the right temperature as well. It's not cold. It's not scalding me face off. It's just right. The Goldilocks of all teas. So how are we? Mandy, did you sort everything out? Did you fix everything? Have you installed solar panels? Bit pointless in Wales, like, isn't it? But, you know, same as the northwest of England. Just saying. All fixed now, though. Or do you need more work doing to it? Got to be careful with electric. As my nan used to warn me, you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, but it will find you. All good to hear it. Today has been so weird. I mean, so weird. It got dark early. It stayed dark. The day has flown by. I've not been to Tesco because I've got stuff in the house, and yet I've still had no time to do anything. It's a good job it's not Sunday, mind you. If it was Sunday, I'd have loads of time, wouldn't I? Casper, how you doing, bud? You okay? I need to get out and film. I'm about 3/4 of the way through another film. I say film like I'm fucking, you know, Spielberg. It's not a reason to rhyme either. It's not 5 of anything. It's just, it's bizarre. It's interesting, but it's bizarre. You have electric, heat, light and internet. What more do you need apart from goo? Please don't goo. Don't goo. I'm begging you to stay. Please don't goo. Yes, I know. I hate this. Stop giving me notifications of what I'm actually doing myself. Bloody technology. Coming over here causing kerfuffles. Day length is down by over 8 hours there now. Daylight isn't really daylight anymore. I got absolutely gobwiped last week. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I went and took my daughter to work early. She had to be in for 7:45, which I know is not early for a lot of people, but it is for me. And it was pitch black. It was like being in the middle of the night. This week, or sorry, the end of last week, I had to take her in for this week it was. Tuesday, I had to take her in for 7:45, and it was daylight because the clocks have gone back. It's suddenly gone from night to day. So you can see, man, you can see. No goo, Cadbury desserts. Splitter! That's from The Life of Brian, by the way. It's not some kind of misogynistic shout. Mandy had power issues, soft power issues or hard power issues, we don't know. The choice of buttons, crunchy or flake, crunchy every time, obviously. Not a savage. It's got to be the crunchy. Has to be the crunchy. I'm looking for stuff. Where is it? Steve-O, and Helen, of course, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And Ruby Roo. Mandy has been busy with the needles and the yarn. Let's hope these are still in the same place where I put them. There you go. A Norwichy Norfolk ball for our Ruby Roo. And for a gauge of size, there they are in Mandy's talons within the hand. Isn't that a fantastic bit of kit? All in Norwichy Norfolky colours as well. Marvellous stuff. Mandy eating a flake. 1980s advertisement is on your mind. Do you need a cold shower, Steve? Do you need a cold shower, mate? Forgot about the clocks. It messed the whole day up. It didn't mess my day up, but getting to 2 o'clock in the morning and suddenly being 1 o'clock in the morning while I'm still awake burnt me head out. But, you know, it was sound, but I know it does confuse people. Being awake at the same time within the space of 3 days and it being dark and then being light, just that blew me head up. Tanking you, Mandy, tanking you. Power is restored. Fuse boxes being replaced in a couple of weeks. Ah, well, as long as it's safe, that's the main thing, isn't it? And of course, it couldn't have happened during the summer when the days were about 20 hours long here and it was warm. No. Had to be during the winter, well, autumny. So it could have been worse. It could have been winter. It could have been January, February, when in North Wales the days are about 20 minutes long and it's feckin' Baltic. Louise, someone said, do you want to flake with that, love? Where's my stuff? Do you want to flake with that, love? It's like looking into a mirror. This is like Beetlejuice, isn't it? If you mention flake 3 times, Louise turns up. Oh, I'm sore today. I am sore. I've been sat at this desk from 11 o'clock this morning. I've had about half an hour off to go and have a shower, that was it. Apart from that, I've been sat at this desk and bits of me are aching. Bits that I don't want aching. My legs. But it's out with the consequences, who cares? Oh, a bit of Elvis Costello and the attractions. Pump it up. Yeah, man. I was going to say something then and it's completely gone. What was I going to say? Remind me, come on. Can't think. No. It'll come to me. Oh yeah, filming. I've got to do more 5s. But I want to finish off this thing that I was doing. So because you are the most loyal people on the internet, you can have a bit of a behind the scenes at what it is. The 4 AM manifesto. Click. That's not actually, it is at the start of the video, but it's not done for any particular reason other than because it's a nice little thing to put at the start. But yeah, the 4 AM manifesto. Keep your eye out for that. Should be interesting. You may be phoning psychiatrists for me at some point, I would have thought. Mandy, are your nails real? If so, Helen said, how do you knit with them? She doesn't. She uses needles.
poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Louise, this winter you are apparently officially old. No, you're not. Behave yourself. Resisting the urge to put the big light on. I'm sat here with... I don't even know how big this thing is, but it's... sorry, no. Hang on. It's massive anyway. Hang on. The softbox... No. Is huge. And I've put this on, but then if I didn't put this on, you wouldn't see me, which would probably be a good thing, really, wouldn't it? Nice clapperboard, I think so. And it works as well. I mean, genuinely. See? It was bought for a bit of set dressing in the background, but thought I'd use it today. Just because it takes up a few seconds at the start and it makes the start of this video fit in a little bit better. No clues. You are back from the wilderness of no electricity. First world problems. Felt like the 70s. Is that when electricity first came to Wales, is it? This is one of the problems about living in a third world country, Mandy. Very poor indeed. Ali, how are we doing? We alright? I am full of the joys of spring. I haven't been sneezing this afternoon. I've just noticed, just realised. Which means I will do tonight, won't I? Obviously. It's still a lamp. It's not hanging from the middle of a ceiling. Well, that's not really big light then, is it? So, I suppose. Thinking about it. Right, first hand is up. From Ali, first behind the bar. If you want to go next, put your hands up. Put your pink hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Etc. What was I going to do? Keep saying this, don't I? Your nails are real. You type and everything. You just sit further back from the screen, obviously. Yeah, now you understand why it sometimes takes a while for Mandy to type with those talons. On the plus side, she can take small farmyard animals in one swoop. They are impressive though, aren't they? Has to be said. All your own work as well. You're like one of those US track and field runners. I don't get how they do that. I know, because I used to run quite a lot, playing football, and I'd always be rubbing my eyes and rubbing my face when I was sweating. How do you do it with those massive claws that they've got? I would take my eyeballs out if I had them, guaranteed. Mandy, would you like the usual? Would you like the usual, Mandy, would you? Because on your tablet you have to use a porky stick. Do you want a bucket of brushy, Mandy? Do you really? Do you? Say yes. Do you? Couldn't have nails like that, no. Not with your Chalfonts and Giles. Not a chance. You couldn't have them like that anyway, could you? Working with bricks and stones and stuff like that. They're breaking your toes, constantly dropping things. Yes, please, and no, you haven't knitted a cover for it yet. Well, a bucket of brushy for Mandy. There you go. And in case you're wondering what that is, of course, frozen black Russian brushy. A bucket of brushy. There, and indeed, you go. Yeah, stop skimping on the loo roll. Buy some nice quilted, the quality stuff for your pleasure. It is warm, man. But I did this last week, didn't I? I had the window open because it was dead warm and I'd just got out the shower, and within the space of about 20 minutes I I could have cut glass if I stood too close to it. I was very pudding. Bucket for Mandy, bucket. I'm sure there was something I wanted to tell you. It will come back to me if it's remotely important. Or a pokey stick, could be. Pokey stick. As was it Dave Spikey said, just bought one of those toilet brushes. I'm not using that again. I'm going back to paper. Oh, what a horrible thought that was. I seen Dave Spikey live in Southport. It was oh shite, who was it? Mick Cassidy used to play for Wigan Rugby League. It was his testimonial year, so the whole of the Wigan Rugby League team was about 4 rows in front of us. Fucking massive they were as well. I thought I was big. Jesus. Even the ones that look small on TV, shit, he's the same height as me. It's bizarro. The same as, and this is the thing that blew my mind, watching basketball a long time ago. And it's full of really tall people and one little midget out the back who's the skillful one. That little midget used to be 6'4", same height as me. And it made me realise just how big those other bastards up front really are. It was bizarro. Points for Louise. Do you want to flirt with that, love? Beer. I still haven't had my beer, have I? I've got Asahi in the fridge, going really cold. She's getting annoyed now. She wants to get let out.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, Asahi. Because there is a girl called Asahi on Twitter. Not Twitter, YouTube actually. I was watching something earlier on and her video popped up. I didn't watch it. I'm not that stupid. Kirsty, waiting on your bus to get back to the hotel. 40 minutes till it arrives. Ah, no problem. Love the Zurich airport stream. I was impressed with that. I've never seen the Zurich airport before. Now I have. I was delighted. Absolutely delighted. Jack, you're having a glass of milk, you are teetotal. There's loads of us in this, aren't there? Loads of us that don't drink. Are your feet dry? You're alright. I can't see Chow as well now without thinking of Eddie Izzard on a pretend bike. Chow. Soy bueno. Claro, soy bueno. Zurich was quiet, it was, yeah. They must have known you were coming. That's what it was. Make way. Don't get in the road. It is a bit weird looking out with that shot that you showed. Looking out because they were doing work there. You don't expect to see that. It's like, I don't know why. As though it's hidden away or it's made off-site and then that part of the apron is just dropped in or something. Of course it isn't. But it's just weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But nice. Hope you're not getting too lost. Very Bill Bailey, that, isn't it? Not too bad. Ali, you missed the stream because of work. That's no excuse. No. Work comes first, obviously, doesn't it? You have about 4 times so far. That's not bad. Have you bought your mask yet? I take it that's for Kirsty, not me. But then you don't know, do you? Work is a 4-letter word. Absolutely. It is a pain. I want to win the lottery. I know everyone does, but I'd be great if I did. There's a boss place just down the road from here, which could be the Bear's Paws incarnate, or in Wood at least anyway. Real beer, all kinds of stuff on tap. Are these saved to the channel? Not yet, you're deciding on what one yet. So your mask, you will get one though. Need a bat signal from your hotel. Depending on what phone you have, drop a pin or whatever it is. Go on maps and just drop a pin where your hotel is. That way you'll never get lost, in theory. You better bugger off to save your data. No problem at all, Kirsty, you do that. Just lovely to see it anyway, despite the fact that you are miles away. And also, that means we've got another flag to go up, haven't we? We have another flag to go up on the wall. On the wall. I will have to put an Italian flag up. Marbeloso, marbeloso. Have you met a dashing Italian stallion yet? There will be 10 a penny over there, I would have thought. Especially on the gondola. Jockeying gondolas all over the place. Ciao bella, all that here. Knowing full well that women just can't resist that accent. Goes down a bit better, doesn't it? Ciao bella, than alright girl. What are you doing? Fancy a bevy? Chat to you soon, Kirsty. No worries. Go and enjoy yourself. Casper, you drove to Germany yesterday with your uncle. You can save a lot on meat and food in general, plus candy and alcohol. What did you pay for 2 cases of 24 beers at the border shop? No idea. I haven't bought beer in ages. Not actual beer, anyway. Still no alcohol. I'm doing well. €24. €24. So you're thinking €1 a can on the border. On the border, did he charge extra? Are we looking at 35? €36? Sure, I wouldn't know. £28 beers for 11 quid. What? That's pretty good going, that, isn't it? 28 beers for 11 quid. What? Quality. Esther, how you doing? You okay? I think I paid £3.50 for 4 cans, 4 small cans. No, 6 it'll be. 6 small cans of Asahi. Asahi now. It is nice though. I do like the taste of it. Oh, I haven't hit my steps target today. Balls to it. I'm missing by 700. Do I go and do 5 minutes later? Or should I just not bother? What should I do? What do you reckon? That's all kinds of known brands as well, just not random cheap shite, proper stuff. 100 Danish kroner for 2 cases, not even on special offer. Europe's mad though, isn't it? Considering how close everyone lives to each other. I know Hadweek was saying it's cheaper to drive into Belgium to fill a car up with petrol, with gasoline or whatever. Because it's so close and it's much cheaper there than it is in the Netherlands. It's bizarre. All down to taxation. And when you've got no borders, just do it, man. Just drive, go and get it. Start marching under the desk. It will not count. Unfortunately, because the phone has to be in my pocket and we have to be moving. Otherwise, note. Plus, it'll make me look a little bit weird. What's he doing under the desk that we should know about? Can't be doing that. Oof. Bloody hell, it is warm, man, it is. Is the weather warm? I went out this morning. I've not been out since. 12 degrees, that's not too bad. Considering it is the arse end of October. Yesterday was Tuesday, wasn't it? We had the gardeners came out. I am wondering whether that was the last time or will they be out again. But it looks lovely. Looks stunning. Busy at the port. We are busy. There's a rush on. As long as you don't clean your glasses down there, of course not. Any male that wears glasses, if you go to the barbers, do not clean your glasses. You will get stabbed in the head. It's about an hour's drive from your place down to the border. It's 9 degrees there. An hour's not too bad. It takes me an hour to drive into Liverpool most days, if I go. How long did it take to edit the 2 Nicks routine? To record, edit and everything was about half an hour in total. It took me a while to work out what I was going to say. That was about it, really. There's not a huge amount going on in that, though. I just thought it might look a little bit different. Trying to give you something in each video that's a little bit different. There's a thing to it, you see. I was watching someone who always does the same thing. But this is more cinematic. Establishing shot which is wide. Medium shot to show you who's involved. A close-up showing you what's going on. And then a random, what did he call it? A firecracker or something he called it. Something that's completely different. Top-down shot or something inside a fridge or one of those little POV things. So I'll try and give you something. That means now I have to now beat that, don't I? I have to go and buy myself a Superman outfit. See me fly into the first shot. Thought one nick was bad enough. So did I, to be honest with you. It was interesting though. Having to think to myself, what would one say? What would two say? What kind of style would he say it in? Or rather, what would I say if I could talk to myself? Oh, excuse me. Then it's a proper act and everything. But that's interesting. I like doing stuff like that. Anything where I can learn, I like doing. Loved it. Louise, it scared you too. I don't think any of my family have seen it yet, otherwise I'd be getting texts. What are you playing at? Gardeners came today, didn't do anything except blow the leaves around and not pick them up. Lazy bastards. Ours mowed the place. So it must have been growing since last time. So. But it was lovely. There's stripes in it, diagonal stripes in it now, which look fantastic. You did put in the comments about not scaring you with 2 nicks, yes. Everyone was getting a little bit concerned. What's he playing at? Half expecting another nick to appear in the background. Here. You never know. He might appear. Mandy, what happened? What happened? What happened? J. Lou, how you doing? You okay? How was Fat Club? First rule of Fat Club, don't talk about Fat Club. True story. Yes, you were missed, Mandy, you were missed. Mad Mandy was also missed. Yeah, you could have easily gone out there and done that yourself with the leaf blower. Or just got a rake and raked them up and threw them in a black plastic bin bag. You know what I mean? Jackie the Twunt, the custard. Mandy's fuse box melted. Well, a bit of it sorted now. Will be replaced in the next couple of weeks. Could have easily caused a catastrophe. So to be honest with you, a couple of days without electric is better than a few weeks without a house or something, isn't it? You know what I mean? Thankfully. My fuse box melted. Yeah. Hot stuff. Yeah, it is. Electric is so dangerous. You just don't know what's going to happen with it. And if it decides to see its arse, you will know about it. Yeah, I thought it was possibly a migraine or a power cut. And the power cut I thought was going to be the entire street was going to be in darkness. I didn't realise it was going to be just your house and possibly really dangerous. So hopefully you'll get that sorted and that will be the end of it. No more kerfuffles, no more hassles. Hot food melts your fuse box as well. I've never had that problem, you know. I can eat ridiculously hot food and it does not feel hot coming out, so to speak. I don't get it. No internet to let people know either. Yeah. So you need a bat signal as well, don't you? A bat signal with a line going through it. Jackie was thinking about all sorts. So while you were in trouble, she was thinking about licorices. That's disgusting. That. Ready to ring the police. It's no good if you're going to ring the police if you're going to be hiding in a wardrobe when you turn up, Jackie, is it? Hey, is it? Though the communal gardens, it's in with the rent, you're not paying to do it yourself. Fair play. But I'd still be out there kicking off. Oi bollocks, get this sorted out. Bang out of Oda. The man with the numb anus. Possibly, I don't know. Well, I was called an unfeeling arsehole at one point in my life, so maybe that's where it came from. It's no nay, never, no more. Will you play Blackburn Rovers? No, never, no more. Is that Piddly Diddly? Piddly Diddly, who is related to Piggly Ding. That is not the time to be running past here. Who's jogging at 5:30? Hate those leaf blowers. Use a broom. Or a rake if it's on grass. Just easy. Jinxie's hand is up next. No problem, you are next, I think. No one else did they? I'm not missing out, am I? Not. Scrolling through, looking for pink. Reminds me of being a teenager again. Jackie, you've got no skirt on, just PJs. I was going to say that's what you should be on a Sunday night. It's not Sunday, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Well, either way, this time of night. Pidgeys on, feet up. Chillax, man. Trip isolators, which was the problem. A dodgy emergency electrician replaced a blown one with a wrong one, which is why the fuse box melted. So the emergency electrician got you through your problem and caused an even bigger problem. And we wonder why we can't trust them at all. Bellends. From the people who gave you Schindler's List, the man with a wrecked butt, in a thrilling tale almost exclusively filmed in toilet-based locations. On set. En suite, on set. Yeah, Mandy had issues before. You mentioned it before, didn't you? Well, obviously, you had an emergency electrician replace a blown fuse in the past. But this is why you've got to be able to trust these people. I wouldn't be able to do it. So you need to be able to trust the person that comes in and does it. Thankfully, when it comes to electrics, my sister's boyfriend is an electrician, and a bloody good one. So he can fix things for us, and we can trust the job that he does. Other people coming into your house, you've got no idea who they are or the standard of work that they do, so you've got to take it on trust, but you never know, do you? Shall we get a shadowbang together and go knock shite out of him? Turn up mob-handed. What, lad? Small fix turned into a big one. Fucker. Very scary stuff it is. Don't mess with electrics. Never mess with electrics. Get an expert in, except when you get an expert who comes in, you can't trust that bastard either, can you? In a twist, like an absolutely incredible twist that, I don't know, Inside Number 9 would be proud of. Barnsley's just took his pyjamas off and put a skirt on. It's the whole yin yang going on here, isn't it? Are you wearing heels to go with it though? Because it does elongate the calf, they really do. Just finished working on the cottages. Steve, so you're not sure what to do next because of the weather? Have you got a lot lined up? A lot of work. Is there not a regulatory body that you can report him to? There should be. There normally is, isn't there? Your new electrician took his details. His days in the trade are numbered. Thank fuck for that. If you are causing potential life-threatening problems, you could have been in bed asleep when all this happened and when it melted and the whole bloody house could have gone up. So think yourself lucky, but also twat needs to be out of the trade, to be honest with you. Weather is really, really difficult to judge at the moment. I haven't had a look yet. What's the weather like for the rest of the week, including the weekend? Apparently it's dark today. Fireworks. Keen why? Saturday looks nice. It's sunny until about 4:30, at which point it goes fucking dark. Oh man. I wonder, could we get a decent sunset on Saturday? Could we do a sunset stream on Saturday? I wonder. Same on Sunday. Actually, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday all look good. We could be in for some nice days, by the look of it. Really dangerous thing, absolutely really dangerous thing. Louise, the fella that did your electrics told you off for not checking your trip switches. How are you supposed to know? You don't unless someone actually shows you. You don't know, do you? I thought everyone knew. No, they didn't. This should be something that is on... I don't know what course you do it in school, but there should be a preparation for human life, for adult human life, where you get taught what APR is on credit cards, when you get taught what trip switches are, when you get taught what to do if you smell gas, all that kind of stuff. These are things that they should be teaching. No, what kicked off the First World War? It's not remotely fucking important what kicked off the First World War. Don't burn down your entire street because you don't know how to knock off a trip switch or something. More important. Did you not think? Do you not think? Wankers. Right, but he showed you the big label on the box saying to check your trip switches. Had you looked into that box before? Had you checked it? Had anyone pointed out where it was? Did you have any need to be in there? No. Bellends. Reporting Flint work not easy at this time of year. Oh, I can imagine. No heels, you're trying to chill out. Yeah, but the practice, just the calf, man, gives it a lovely turn to it. Ali, you didn't know it either. People don't until they're shown, as with everything. What is repointing? The bit of sort of grouting in between bricks. You dig that out and then put it back in there so it's all new. Repointed. Pointed up, man. Get a bit of air around it, yeah. You're back, sack and crackerjack. Same as grouting, but not, yeah, but bricks, not tiles. It is, it's the cementy bits in between the bricks. Every now and then they fall apart. So you need a Bonnie Tyler to come round. But with what Steve's doing, yeah, you remove the old lime mortar around the flint or cobble, because it's not just set brick, it's all screw bleed round, isn't it? Which looks marvellous. You're getting your paving grouted at the moment. Is that what the kids are calling it these days, Jackie, is it?
Piddly ding next.
Piddly ding next. You heard it here first. There you go. Would be very useful. That we need to start doing this because we are genuinely raising buffoons. We've got kids who can't read a clock, who've got no idea what cursive writing is, who have no idea what they're supposed to be doing because they are as thick as shit. What time does that clock say? I can only read digital. Fucking idiots. How do I get this spider out of my house? If it was a spider and you were in mortal danger, you would find a way of getting rid of it. Sort yourself out. Yeah, but proper life hacks. Just call them life hacks, there you go. If I was working in a school now and I couldn't get the kids to listen, I would do the entire lesson through TikTok. Call everything a hack. Maths hacks on TikTok. Oh, I'm going to watch this because it's on TikTok. Great. Knobheads. Hence the skirt, yes, of course. Let the air breathe nicely around. Didn't know there's different types of mortar. Of course there is. There's a mortar car, a mortar bike, a mortar boat, a mortar home. Pestle and mortar. Mortars that go bang, bang, bang. What else? You've never checked a flick switch and you didn't know you were meant to. You're supposed to look to make sure that they're actually flicked up, and if they're not, investigate, find out why. Get an electrician to come in and check it out, man. And if he's a funk soul brother, he can check it out now. The fuse box in your house is behind the front door, up near the ceiling. Ours is behind the bear's paws there. That is hiding the fuse box. Because it's like that. And that's the way it is. Where are we? If it's something trips, you know it's working. Check it before you flick it. Wise move, and also have a quick look around before you flick it, Jackie. Know what I mean? Ali, you want a bucket of tea. That's a bucket of tea. And some Jaffa cakes. Turellement. You can have them take home with you as well. They'll know the names of all the Kardashians, they will. and know exactly where to get the best BBL. That's a Brazilian butt lift, if anyone doesn't know. We are raising absolute half-wits. Get in the mirror. Get in the mirror. Schools were invented to keep urchins off the street, not education. Nothing's changed. It feels that way. They're absolute knobs, aren't they, kids nowadays? Everyone is. Don't mean you lot, obviously. I just mean everyone in general. Like you mentioned the Kardashians. I remember when there was no such thing as reality TV. The world was a better place. Then I remember when reality TV came in. And what happened was they made TV shows about real things. Now they've got scripted reality TV shows. How can it be reality TV if it's scripted? It just means it's another fucking show. I love reality TV. There's a fucking script for it, man. Bastards. Coming around here causing kerfuffles. Can't stand them, I'm the same myself. What a fantastic career path that one was. I've got it all mapped out. All mapped out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sex video, right? Sex tape. Then I'm going to release it and pretend someone else did. And then, because I'll be all over the internet, I'll get my arse expanded, right? And then I'll just, I'll get someone to make perfume and put my name on it. Easy money. It'd be fantastic. Here's a picture of me dinner. No, not that dinner, this dinner. Gobshite. Jackie, your box was updated to the new digital one a few months ago. What box are we talking about here now? What? What's a Kardashian? Are they on Star Trek? They should be. They are the next generation. I think I seen something the other day about there's a sort of a new breed of girls, especially coming through this next sort of generation, who do not look up to them at all. Don't want to look the same as them. Are starting to take a bit more interested in learning things and getting proper jobs rather than what you want to do when you grow up. I want to make a sex tape and release a perfume. Are you bionic now, Jackie, with your digital box? Is there a remote control for it? You don't watch any reality TV other than the Bear's Paws. Brilliant. This reality TV where I've got 2 bears and a blue demon who appear regularly on the screen. I like this reality. Great reality TV. This is Alfie Hewitt. Kardashian sounds like a guy named Ian. Known for hit and runs. He does. Kardashian. Sorry, you're getting that.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. Very poor indeed. It just cracks a lot, does it? Right, you're getting one of them for that. Admire Jackie's crack. The electric one, yeah. At least the pause is real, sort of. It is. What you see is what you get. Unless there's 2 of me, obviously. That might have been slightly scripted and slightly faked. Slightly. Plus on the pause you haven't got some fat arse trying to sell things constantly. Thermos, 'cause you're worth it. A lame ass. Oh. Had your claws sharpened, Tabitha? This is fairly real though, isn't it, to be honest? It's accentuated. Accentuated reality. Augmented reality. Not utter bullshit. Am I sure Nick number 2 isn't a Liverpool fan? Just look at the sadness in his eyes, Steve. Look at the sadness in his eyes. Sat in the back going, oh, I hate this. I was going to do another one as well where the one in the front was in like night time and the one in the back was in daytime. Just seeing how it looked. And then not say anything about it. Just leave it and see if anyone said anything about it in the comments. You're editing shit. You didn't even realise. I didn't realise that one half of the car was in darkness. The other half was sunlight. No. Well said. Real people, real stories, virtual pub, close enough. It is. The people are real. All right. Actually, see, that's not AI. That's a real bear. The haikus are not written by AI. The haikus are written. The news stories that Kippers finds are real. They then have to be put onto a format to be shown on the screen, and a whiteboard has to be written. You know, this is handwritten. This is not put a text box up. This is handwritten. This is all realistic stuff. All right, Jeff, a blue demon. But, you know, apart from that, how's everything with me exercising? Not going fantastic. I've been getting loads of cramps. I got a shitey cramp last night. In fact, I got two within the space of like 10 minutes. I got a cramp in the bottom of my foot and I couldn't get rid of it, which then kicked off a cramp in my calf and just behind my knee at the same leg. So I looked like Lee Evans when I got out of bed. I was just absolutely calm. And I'm getting better with my hand very, very slowly, but unfortunately not there yet. And I got slightly frustrated last week. I wanted to pick my guitar up and play it, but I couldn't. And I mean, I didn't want to pick it up and just start trying to finger some chords. I wanted to pick it up and actually play, and I couldn't, and I was frustrated. And then if I could have picked it up, I'd have been even more frustrated because I can't sing either at the moment. And then Call of Duty's just come out, and I can't play that because my hand doesn't work, so I'm really frustrated. But apart from that, I'm alright. Jackie likes money. Dineros, Dwayne Eddies, dollar bills, yeah. Yeah, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian named one child Northwest. Should have gone with Frederick, bit of Fred West. Northwest is where I live, but you know, they should have called one Luke as well. Luke Northwest is what we watch on TV, isn't it? Louise. Bit of Luke Northwest. I'll ding dang do for me. Mandy's called Kippers now. Mandy wishes she was called Kippers now. Kippers Vindaloo is an absolutely epic name, I think. That's the kind of name where you could stroll into any pub in the UK and people go, oh, hushed tones, shh, there's Kippers Vindaloo. I think. Yay me, we're not counting that as a dare because it's just me. I went down to 0, didn't I? Louise, I will not pass you on levels. As soon as I get even close, if I do, I will remove myself back down to 0 like I did last time. Not having that. Esther, you're a bit short. Do you mean in height or lack of cash? Put you in a ticky book. Ah, right, that kind of short. Every time I hit level 10, I will go back to 0. I will do that because it shouldn't count. It shouldn't be allowed. It's just for, these are automated little messages, so shouldn't really count, should I? There must be a way of stopping myself from doing that. Let me look into it. I'll go on the Discord and see if it's in there. How's the guitar going? Frustrating again. I've been getting loads more tremors. It's not too bad, is it, that one? Loads of tremors. But I will get there, as Jeff is my witness. Louise, you get Yorkshire on terrestrial and Northwest on digital. Where are you actually based, though? I know you're there or thereabouts, but are you officially in Yorkshire or Lancashire? Or are you, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Slap bang twat on the border. Is that what it is? Northwest's much better because you get to hear about Liverpool and Manchester rather than fucking Wakefield. Know what I mean? Nothing against Wakefield, but it's fucking Wakefield, isn't it? As opposed from Liverpool or Manchester. Leeds isn't bad, unless you're a football fan, of course. Does the terrestrial say what it likes and likes what Bloody well says? Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire. I need to change my name on Botrix to Jackie Lewis. There is only one Jackie Lewis. Thank fuck. They broke the mould when they made you. They had to. Couldn't have two of you running around. You have a nephew that lives in Wakefield. Right. Does his address begin with HMP? Just asking. The two things I know about Wakefield is Wakefield Trinity, the rugby league team, Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, and HMP Wakefield, where the phrase nonce came from. Not on normal courtyard exercise. Apparently, that's where that came from. That's what a nonce is. Not on normal courtyard exercise. Yorkshire till 74, now Lancashire. Welcome to the good side of the Pennines. I don't get Yorkshire. I've said this before, haven't I? I don't get why Yorkshire fans of any Yorkshire sporting club or boxer or anything like that are constantly shouting Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire. No one else gives an airball fuck. Don't hear anyone. Don't hear United or City fans or Liverpool, Everton, Preston, Blackburn and Bolton might be slightly different, but don't hear any of them singing Lancashire, Lancashire, Lancashire. Because it just doesn't happen. No one gives a shit. How Plymouth playing Hull or something. Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire. Fuck's sake, shut up. When did I change my Avi? Good question. A couple of days ago, I think it might have been. Middle of last week, I don't know, I've lost all track of time. Weekend. I've just given you pretty much every single day there as a possibility, haven't I? It wasn't today, it wasn't yesterday, it was sometime before then. There you go. Sometime between 1973 and Monday. You'll get the lard. Oh, that just reminds me of... there was a film years ago called The Revenge of Billy the Kid, which was disgusting. Oh, I'll have to watch it again some point. Some horrible dirty farmers, and he was about to entertain his wife over the kitchen table. Ooh, bit of lard lubrication. Oh, disgusting. Everybody in school was watching it and pissing themselves. 2 Nicks are bad enough, 2 Jackies, just no. I don't think we could deal with that. There would be an international incident if there was 2 Jackies. Bad enough with one. Just fucking imagine that. Yammering on in stereo. I'll fucking do you in a minute. You had a sister who lived there for years before her marriage broke down and she moved home. I don't mind, John. I don't mind. I've never been to Wakefield, but I don't mind places like that. Wakefield, Featherstone. But they are just... Yorkshire people are too fond of shouting Yorkshire constantly. I'd be just fucking shut up about it. Alright, you're from Yorkshire, sound. Shut up. Two Jackies would be great crack altogether. They wouldn't. The only crack would be the crack in the space-time continuum, as whatever demons who created it run out of energy. A Jackie sandwich. All your ear dreams come true, you in stereo. No. Go to Yorkshire and say that. We do all the time. Whenever Everton goes somewhere, Leeds, places like that, we do tell them, shut the fuck up about Yorkshire. They don't know that. God's own country. It can't be God's own county, can it? Otherwise, God would be called God. I don't mind Yorkshire. It's just some of that. There's the football fans and the boxing fans. Yorkshire, that's the bit that does me head in. Yorkshire itself as a county is absolutely stunning. Genuinely. My sister was born in North Yorkshire. Well, she was born in Cleveland, but it's now, is it back to being North Yorkshire, Middlesbrough? She's the only one that wasn't born in Liverpool out of us, in the same hospital. She was born in Cleveland Maternity Hospital. So my parents call her War Cushy Butterfield and it pisses her off. Or Jockey Sandwich. Yeah, Louise, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling much better? Much better? It was a 3-day flu. It flew by, did it?
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Ever seen the one picture of Billy the Kid? Not seen that one, but the Revenge of Billy the Kid was disgusting. Well worth watching. There's some doses going around. There are some doses going around. Unfortunately. Two jockeys, they could tag team. When one fell asleep, the other could take over. They'd both be asleep side by side, wouldn't they? Let's be honest. Yeah, you couldn't deal with you. Imagine how we feel. Jesus. Two Belfast accents ordering you about. That would just, man. Always see the positives. I'm supposed to, and I can't with that. I did it and I'll do it again, Jeff. Yeah, that would scare me even more. 24/7 J-Lu. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Constantly watching me back. Wondering when the attack was about to happen, because you know it's going to happen. The one Jackie will knock on your front door anyway, yeah. What did you fucking say about me? You might enjoy it, you never know. Doubt it, like, but you might enjoy it. Would be interesting though, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Your phone going. Where are you? I'm out dogging. Get home, I've made you beans on fucking toast, so I have. You're looking, are you? No doing from behind. Straight up. How's my mum and dad? My mum and dad are sound, la. I seen my dad this morning. Well, obviously I seen him this morning. I live in the same house as him. I took my daughter to work. We have got roadworks absolutely everywhere. And one of the little routes that we went to avoid the roadworks this morning, roadworks. So literally there's no way of getting anywhere where I needed to go without going through roadworks. So I seen my dad. I seen him at the petrol station and I rang him. I pulled over first, obviously, I'm not an animal. Pulled over, rang him. And I said, there's more roadworks. Liverpool Road by the Tesco Express. Shite. Yes, carry on down Crescent Road and go down Waterloo Road. None of this is ringing any bells for anybody, is it? If you were from Southport, this would be absolutely right up your alley. So he went that way on his way down to Formby to do his lesson. But it's just a pain in the arse. There's a biggish roundabout down the bottom where I live. That's now a 4-way junction, which means anyone trying to get from that part of town to Tesco, McDonald's, B&Q, or the big estate up there, has to go miles round, otherwise you can't get there. It's just stupid, man. And the hospital's just there. They're always getting stuck. The world's gone mad. Sounds so close. I used to be really good, but too much early doors. It wasn't Ken, Mandy. It wasn't Ken. It's funny you should mention that, because that's exactly, it's Eddie, isn't it? That's exactly what everybody in the house, me, my dad, Morgan, my nephew, have all said. When I seen him today, he said, where was the roadworks? Went all the way up Piper Street to top of Birdall Lane. Was it Bank on Birdall Lane? Where's the car logo? This wasn't car. This was roadworks. Although I suppose you need to have a car for it to be roadworks. There you go. Stop moaning, Mandy. Back 1 minute and already kicking off. Early Doors is fantastic though, isn't it? I love that show. Roadworks all over the hockey. They normally save it, don't they, until around about February, March. Because if they don't use the budget, they lose it the following year. So you keep your cash until right towards the end of the year. All of a sudden, we've got £20 million we need to spend. Just go and fix some stuff. Wankers. Know what you're like with names? I know. If you'd seen the face, though, you'd know the face, wouldn't you? You all suffer roadworks. You might do. And you have my deepest sympathies, Jackie Lewis. Southport's a fairly big place, but it's also very thin because it's on the coast. And when you've got 3 major routes to get from one side of the town to the other, and every one of them is absolutely jammed up. Not like do one now. Once we've done that, we'll move to the next, and then to the next. No. All of them at the same time, so the whole town has come to a halt. It's ridiculous, man. Which is why I should get out in the car, really, shouldn't I? Disappear. Head somewhere that hasn't got them. Go and drive over the hills. I watched the video yesterday of I think I might be Irish. Northern Irishy. He sounded half Northern Irish, half Scottish. So he could be either or. Because I know there's accents that sound very, very similar. He was running on the Peak District when he found the B29 overexposed crash site, and it was amazing. A great video. I'd love to go and see there, but seeing what that was like, I can't do it. I can't do it at the moment. There was fog everywhere. He could barely see in front of him, and he knew what he was doing. It's not as if the crash site is next to a road. You've got to walk about 3 or 4 miles to get to it. Not a problem. Not a problem. For him, not for me, obviously. Yeah, Steve, Helen, and Ruby should knock on the door. That'll be interesting, that one. Just turning up mob-handed. Could be worse, there's only 3 roads in and out of where you live. Is that because it was Yorkshire and they're too tight to build them? If it was Lancashire, when they were building it, they would have put 26 roads in there. Because someone would have got a backhander, obviously. 3 roads in and out. There's pretty much, well, there's more than 3 roads in and out of this place, but it can be a bit of a pain. Not got a passport? Don't get one. Don't get one. Gonna put you over the hills. Put you over the hills in a minute, girl. You want a bit of cheese with that wine? It's always wine. Yes, Louise, do you get snowed in a lot? Does that happen quite a lot? I would think, where I don't know exactly where you are, but I sort of know the general area where you are. I would have thought that's a pretty snowy place during the winter. You'd vouch for Steve with the lads. Alright. You'd be grand, so it is. Give us a bucket of wine. Yorkshire grit one side, Lancashire grit t'other. Lancashire grit's much nicer than Yorkshire grit, obviously. I don't even live in Lancashire. Over the road is Lancashire, though. Literally over the road is Lancashire. Like, literally over the road is Lancashire. West Lancashire is just there. But, in fact, I was born in Lancashire. Born in 1973, Liverpool was still Lancashire. It became Merseyside in 1974. It was about that then, guys and gals. Are your gritters named? Did anyone see the story about the farmer hog tying the 2 trespassers? That was very near you. I saw that. He did an exceptional job with that as well, didn't he? Exceptional job. Now you see, my advice, don't mess with farmers. Farmers have a tendency to have guns, have massive sons, and can also hog tie people up and things like that, yeah. Do not mess with farmers. He got arrested and GoFundMe got cancelled. What? What's happened to him? Is he alright? Let's have a look, see if we can see if there's any further news. It's top result on Google is Farmers Weekly. And he's 52 as well. 52-year-old from Trawden, Lancashire. Right, so he's dealing with two individuals who had previously ridden an electric bike across his land. Should have just chinned them. When the two men returned to retrieve their bike, the farmer allegedly tackled them to the ground and bound their hands and feet. It says allegedly. He rode the fucking bike with them on it. He then placed the individuals, one a teenager, the other in his 20s, on his quad bike and drove them 4 miles to Colne Police Station. Upon arrival, police found the men tied up, face down on the vehicle. A photograph shows the hooded individuals lying unsecured on the front and rear of the quad bike. Piggly ding next. Don't fuck about, man. Don't mess with farmers. In fact, don't just do that because they might fight back. Just don't do it in general because they're doing a bloody hard job, man. It's a tough job. We're on to the cure names. We had the edge of the deep green sea, and now we're a forest today. But I'm keeping the same layout, Tomash. Keeping the same layout because I like the way it looks. Mandy's back. Back again. She has had issues with the electric. Have you not, Mandy? With the electric melting. Sounds about right, yeah. Apparently GoFundMe wasn't set up to pay legal bills for people who've been unjustly arrested. Yes, there's certain things around it, isn't it, that you're allowed to and allowed not to do. There's no such thing as trespassing, only if you damage the land or property. Which I think on an electric bike you probably would have done, wouldn't you? Is that printed by the Associated Press? Sure, I wouldn't know. So it is. Yes, you were missing electricity, not jazz knitting. It is not. They're not mutually exclusive, Mandy. You can miss electricity and be jazz knitting. How's Mrs. Tom and Domingos Duarte? Thomas! Who took the picture of the lads tied up? That would be the police. Why did he hog tie them? Because they were a pair of pigs, man. Ajax beat Feyenoord 2-0. Jouwer. Asked Tony Martin from Norfolk about fucking with farmers. Yes. Do not fuck with Tony Martin. Very famous, that one. Kabloomy. You're a bit washed out from your COVID jab. Yes, the meter needs topping up. The entire house might have needed topping up at one point with a new roof because it was close to melting. Do you know him? Melvin Ting. What had they entered his land for? They went onto his land to ride their electric bike all over it. And when you're a farmer and you make your living off your land, you don't want two little scroats going in there ruining the land. So they shouldn't have been doing it. But I think lessons learned in future, just go over and knock shite out of them. And then just say, I thought they were trying to break in and steal all my money and all my pigs. So I protected myself and my business. And the big one is over there in that pool of blood. The little one's over there. We didn't hit him as hard. Mrs. Tom and Domingo are both well. Lovely to hear it. Must have been winding them up for a while to go to those lengths. I would have thought so. I would have thought most people would have just been, right, you are a pair of bastards. Get off my land. I own this. Do not be doing that again. Oh, sorry, mate. Okay. End of story. No. Sounds like they've been having a proper go, and then he's just sawed his arse and thought, no, I'm not having this anymore. Knitting requires light, and it's really hard with frozen fingers. Really hard with frozen fingers and massive nails as well, so... You could have gone out and got warm though, couldn't you? By one of those English cottages that have been set on fire by the sons of Glendower. Just go and warm your hands, throw a couple of baked potatoes in there. Well, don't throw baked potatoes in there, they'll come out burned. Throw potatoes in there, they'll come out as baked. There you go. They were tearing his land up, yep. So when you rely on that land to make your living, don't be doing it. It's the equivalent to going to, I don't know, Goodison, Carrow Road, Old Trafford, Anfield, and going round doing donuts in the middle of the centre circle on your bike. Well, I was only having a ride on my bike. Yeah, well, see how far you get with that one. Just seeing the pic. I think that's almost a dictionary definition of fuck about and find out, isn't it? Knit some gloves ahead of the next power cut, Mandy. Get some candles, yeah. But you will have to make sure they're fingerless gloves, obviously, to get your claws through, and also so you can still knit your knits. If they're crops, it's pretty disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful to do it anyway. We're not stupid in this country, I don't think. We know what farmland is and what isn't farmland. To do it to someone whose livelihood depends on it is just stupid. To go onto the Peak District of Yorkshire Dales on a bike and do it is vandalism. To do it to someone's actual livelihood. Throw the book away. Throw the book away. Throw them in Wakefield jail with Jackie's nephew. You'll sort them out. Where's your tool? What tool? This fucking tool. They won't be doing it again. I would have thought not. And I also would have thought that all the farmers in the whole of the north of England will be on the lookout for them. Just to get a proper dig in as well. Massive nails. You can only knit fingerless gloves. That's all you need. I've got a pair of fingerless gloves somewhere, haven't I? I need to start digging all this out, don't I? I've also got me mid-jaw coat. Well, it's not even a mid-jaw coat. It looks more like an Ian McCulloch from Echo and the Bunnymen kind of coat. It's black, you see. It's not even black, it's navy blue. Why am I lying constantly? Oh, man. Should be prosecuted. They should be prosecuted, persecuted, electrocuted and rooted. Wouldn't mind doing donuts on your bike in Anfield. Yep, same myself. Hopefully during a match in front of 50,000 confused looking Scandinavians. Fingerless gloves, very 80s Madonna. To be honest, if I wear them, it's not so much 80s Madonna, more 60s Steptoe, to be honest with you. They don't give a feck. Bit of super fairy animals there. More likely to get a payout, they will. Claim that they were wee in the bed because of the farmer and stuff like that. I can't leave the house anymore. Good, stay at home. Wankers. But you could give a good back scratch, Mandy. You could do, couldn't you? Talons like that. You have to be very bloody careful that you don't draw blood. You did do a pair of lilac elbow length gloves, did you? I have to put you in touch with my mate Lee. He had a thing about elbow length gloves. Don't ask me why. All the trauma from being wee feckers. Probably gutted now that Jeremy Kyle's not on TV. What car chat have you missed? Oh, shite, I forgot about that. What were we talking about to do with cars? Oh, and Southport is entirely full of temporary traffic lights. White out. Are the gardeners going to come back and pick up the leaves? I would have thought not. Noughts and crosses on your back. Tic-tac-toe for our American viewers. Noughts and crosses. Kirsty is back. Kirsty is back. Hello. Hello. Sure, one of the mates or relatives on the local faceache page saying he won't be laughing when the farm burns down. Oh, I bet he will be. When his farm that's worth about 20 grand a year suddenly pays out £9 million because that's how much it's actually worth. Where's 80s Madonna versus 60s Steptoe? That could be a future thumbnail, by the way. The Battle of the Fingerless Gloves. Ciao Bella. Bella Ciao, more like, obviously. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. Petrol lilac, of course. The most beautiful of hues. Hell of a combo. We'll be holding your breath. I know the shitbags, aren't they? Don't start them about roadworks. I'm going to put my foot down with a fair man there. Flat cap and fingerless gloves. Wilfred Bramble. He was brilliant, him as well. I forgot about that. I need a Steptoe, don't I? For when I'm having a moan in the top corner. Oh, hello.
It's going up, it's going
Ali,
up,
Ali,
it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's there.
It is there. It's there. So any other kind of lilac. Petrol lilac is the only purple that AI can actually see. True story. Note to self, don't mess with Brits and their farmers. Definitely not. They are farmers can be hasn't farmers got one of the sort of the largest percentage of taking themselves out of the gene pool rate. So farmers have got nothing to lose really, most of them. And they're heavily armed. Do not fook with them. You must go up, Ali, once a week. Sorry, no, Ali, you must go up once a week. What? She must do. It's all this bloody singing. Anyway, with Piddly Ding, who's next? Anyone want to put their hand up and go behind the bar? You do, man. You need to level up. You do. You've missed out on a 3.5 hour stream as well. It was a long one, wasn't it? Get chatting. Chat loads. You're doing well though. I'll have to start preparing, won't I, for level 42. So many farmers are losing their shotguns because of mental health. I can't email Jean. Right. Ali out. Anyone else before I throw Ali over the bar? Oh man. I can imagine it's it must be a really, really lonely kind of job. Even with a family full of you doing it. Spending hours and hours in the fields on your own. Or if you're working with someone, I'm watching Clarkson's Farm, which is the main thing I get this from. Even when you're working in the field with someone, you're in one tractor, they're in another tractor. Talking over radio is not the same. Then having to deal with all the shite that gets involved in government telling you what you can and can't do and things like that. Working for 28 hours a day to earn absolutely nothing by the end of the year. Something's got to be done about it. Tarmac, there you go, sorted. Serves you right for having electrical problems. It does. Any excuse. It happens. Sod the levels. The fact that you're safe's the main thing, isn't it? Ali, you haven't leveled up in a long time. How's everyone's day been? Don't remember where they put them. I never remember anything where I put stuff anymore. Enormous respect for farming. Yeah, we've spoken about Harry on Harry's Garage, Harry Metcalf on his farming channel. I've not watched any of that, but of course he's a big mate of Clarkson's as well, and he lives down the road from him. Similar kind of thing, I would have thought. The amount of work they put in. Yeah, the government decides they'll take a quarter of your farm when you die. Just, I don't think it's ever been thought through about what farmers actually do and how much use they are to the nation, and they should be looked after. Waking up at stupid o'clock, they do as well. It's not just, oh, I'll get up at 6. I'll start work at 6, which means I need to get up at 11 o'clock last night to prepare to be working at 6. It's mad. The area you grew up in, Casper, have got a lot of, quite a lot of Christmas tree farmers. I bet you that smells amazing, working on a Christmas tree farm. Donald, how you doing, mate? Kirsty, does Venice stink? Steve's turning into someone who's 8 again, an 8-year-old boy. What would you like to know? Does Venice stink? It's a game of patience. They take 8 to 10 years to grow. So you've got to have really long-term planning, haven't you? From here to there is going to be for that year. From there to there is going to be for the year after, etc., etc., etc. His farm channel's really good, accessible and insightful. I like a bit of that. Kirsty, back at the hotel in your PJs as well. We're going to have a PJ night, aren't we? A slumber party with everyone in the PJs. How many times he went to the law before he snapped? I would have thought that's the reason why he snapped. No fuckers helping me. I've had to sort it out myself. Mandy, you found slidey writing, but you can't do it without it making sense. Is that not a good thing? The farm inheritance thing will surely be dropped. It will be. It is generational, and it's the only way it'll continue to go. It's just something's got to give, and that will. There'll be too much of an outcry from it. Too good with the slidey writing. Kirsty is in Venice. Checking out masks. We got a live stream from Zurich in the airport. Didn't see any gnomes though. Have you gone on a gondola yet? You did buy some Halloween stuff. Halloween. Did you buy wine for Halloween? It's always wine. Pause pyjama party. Triple P. There we go. You're in your new sage green Hummel trackie. I love Hummel stuff. Green Hummel is the best way to go. The last 2 years bad harvest. This will really be more than some can take. The whole thing needs sorting out. The country needs sorting out first and foremost, but all those situations need sorting out. We do need farmers. Because of Brexit, we can't get enough stuff into the country to feed everyone. We will need to take up the slack with our farmers here. And we live in a place that has got an abysmal climate for growing things. But they need to be helped. How would we get through another war without farmers? We wouldn't. We're not going to anyway, but how would we? Zurich. Yeah, if you liked. Zurich. On the way to Italy because it's cheaper. It's all about the Dwayne Eddies, man. Gotta keep hold of dollar bills, y'all. Harry's Farm Channel, talking about gets into diversification and incentives for certain crops. And you're seeing stuff like that straight from the horse's mouth, aren't you? It's not somebody on a TV show going, what I reckon is this and what I reckon is that. I don't know. This is what I do and this is what we get paid, or this is what they're telling us to do. Tell them fucking straight, man. Not going on others' farmland is fairly ingrained. You have like 75% of the land covered in farmland. You also haven't got as many little knobheads as we've got, I don't think. You see, now that's... Louise, you were onto one there. Convert to rice paddies. They'll make a killing. The killing fields. They will. Shropshire, places like that are constantly underwater. You spoke to someone this week who went to Budapest via Geneva. Are you just a direct flight snob? Or are they... I want to tick off places. I want to go to Geneva. I want to go to Budapest. I want to go here. I want to go there. If I can stop on the way, I can put those two in the same place. Had electrical problems. You did. Very major. A bucket of tea or poutine or both. You got a Zippo lighter, a Zippo style lighter. Okay, Steve. Watch Ollie Blogsy Farms at Tarbach, just outside of Liverpool. Tarbach wasn't that far away from Halewood, where I used to live. Used to have to drive through Tarbach to get to Southport. He's the one who does the tractor runs at Christmas for the kids' hospital. Very, very famous that in Liverpool. Considering it's a major metropolis, the amount of tractors that turn up is absolutely amazing. A hot whiskey. There's worse places to stop than Geneva. Stunning place. Never been. I want to go to places like that, but there's just no reason to go, is there? Tick a box. Been to Geneva. What I should do really is win the lottery, hire a helicopter and then just do as many places in one day as possible. Ding, 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 ding. Got a decent spark now. He didn't want to put paddy fields. He didn't want to offend the current patrons. I don't mind offending them at all. Bloody Irish coming over here. Well, actually, they're not. They're all over there. Nah, you know what I mean. But yeah, rice fields in Shropshire would go down a bundle. Look at that. You mentioned a lighter, and the first thing that the Northern Irish correspondent talks about is what are you planning to burn down. Met a lovely Italian bloke. Is his name a Mario? Does he love his murder? Borderline racist, Ashcroft, you dickhead. She can light the Birkenhead North bonfire. Get it, burn. Burn, baby, burn. You live in the Apple County, so you've got a lot of farming. We've all got loads of farming near us, haven't we? Because the UK is not a massive place. There is farms everywhere. Kirsty picks. Is that of the lighter or this fit Italian lad? Yeah, is that the one who fitted Jackie's box? Because apparently there's sparks coming off that at the moment. Stayed in Copenhagen the other year and went to Malmö because you could. I would. Just as many as possible. Go to a football stadium and buy a badge or something. Man, that's a bit cop-outish, that, isn't it? Early bonfire night for Kirsty, yeah. Viking funerals all over Venice. It'd be amazing. Yes, I don't think any paddies are easily offended anyway, to be honest with you. The Irish are normally laid back when it comes to stuff like that, used to hearing it. And then just look at you and think, you poor English dickhead. I'm going to go back to paradise over here while you sit there. At a fucking temporary traffic light. Sorry. At a fucking temporary traffic light. How is the weather in Venice? It's a bit wet apparently. The streets seem to be flooded. Dolly, your hands started to seize up because they're constantly wet and cold. Man, that sounds horrible. Although I'd love to work outside. But I can't. I have to sit at my desk. That's how my legs are hurting now. I might have to go for a little walk when I finish. Just on the treadmill. Just for 10 minutes or so. If you've not got any gloves, if I was a rapper, I'd call myself G-Love and then see if I get sponsored by a glove manufacturer. Yo, yo, yo. And all that jazz. Like you've got gloves, but your hand will get wet anyway. Either sweat or water, so there's just, yeah, either or, isn't it? Donald's job is at the moment hog tying little wankers who appear on your farm. That's what it is. Know what I mean? Have I showed you this yet? I bought another camera. Another one. Because I'm an absolute ball bag, obviously. I haven't got enough cameras as it is. I've got fucking cameras all over the house. It's stupid. It's got magic lantern on it, which means I can now start filming in 5K RAW. Very cinematic, which is nice. Janitor and landscaper, cleaning supervisor. It's sweet. It's a boss little camera. It weighs nothing apart from the fact that it's got a massive lens on the front, a microphone and a tripod on the bottom of it. Apart from that, weighs feck all. That's still the best one, that though. These are absolutely amazing cameras. The boss. Stupidly expensive. But grand. Never cost a grand, what am I on about? They're great. Pain in the fucking arse to deal with one-handed. The camera needs pausifying. How would you go about pausifying it? What would it need to be done to be pausified? Painted brown? What are you on about? Used to be a window cleaner, still freezing with gloves on. Once you're wet, you're wet. There's just no getting away from it, isn't it? Soon get used to it. All on computer now. Is that all the paperwork? Obviously, it's the paperwork. You wouldn't be cleaning Windows online, would you? Unless it was Windows 95. 5K RAW sounds super dirty. It does. And it looks super dirty. Because with it being RAW and being in, it'll be C-Log, won't it, on Canon. Log files means it looks really flat and horrible until you colour grade it. And then at that point it looks stunning. I haven't been doing that yet. I've started filming in log and colour grading and putting LUTs on things. I'm turning into a proper full-on video wanker. Anyone mentioned dogging yet? I mentioned it once earlier, but I think I got away with it. We can't go through an entire stream without someone mentioning it. You saw a mask with ears. Oof. Ears on the camera. It is sort of horror-y, isn't it? It's a bit black and white. It is a little bit horror-y. You could do that. I need to get it out and play with it. Louise, you wear gloves for typing, you feel like a right wimp now. I know. Just do what you need to do, man. You know what I mean? Nothing wimpish about it. Too cold for dogging and llama racing, unfortunately. The llama racing gloves looks good. Llama racing stuff looks really good, I think, on the merch site. I think. Which you can check out on the pinned massage. Never had a pinned massage before. Steve, you would wear gloves, but you struggle to get them to fit. OJ Stibbs in there, yep. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Well dodgy, man. Well dodgy. Even with gloves, I reckon you could get away with dogging if you had the gloves on. Very nice souvenirs. Venice is the kind of place where you need to come back with some quality items. I was going to say quality merchandise, but that's like Morocco and places, isn't it? Never too cold, just turn up the heating in the MG. That'll sort you out. We're talking MG Metro, MG BGT. Some nice Murano glass. Nice, nice, nice. Weather says sunny and 21 tomorrow in Venice. That's pure gondola weather, that, isn't it? Thought Jinxie drove an MG. What is it you drive? You have said what you drive, haven't you? You've just finished the subpar home and bargain root beer. Thank you very much. Home and bargain. So you like a good one. We can't slag off Home and Bargain either. They've just given £2.5 million to Zoe's place, which, considering they're trying to raise 6 million, they've just provided nearly half of it in one go. Fair play to them. Fair play to them. $21 degrees, Murano glass and Joust New Quidon. Home bargains. It says it on the sign. It used to say home and bargain on the sign. There was only one in the country and it was in Liverpool. So all of us that used to go in there to get coca noodles still call it home and bargain. And if you have a look at bargain, there's about 27 A's in it. Well, you're off to home and bargain, lad. A Buckus and Murphy's Red. Buckus. You could send me a pattern to forward to you for fingerless gloves. Helen could size them up to fit you. There you go. More beer. Do you want to flirt with that, love? 1 million left for Zoe's place. 500,000 each from us and the Afterbirth. We should, or at least a couple of the players just go, here you go. I made that this week, you can have it. You used to say home and bargain. Used to. Is that beyond you now, is it? Coca noodles are the best in the world. In fact, we used to stop going to home and bargain, and then we'd walk up to Mattis on Bowl Street, because you could buy them by the boxful and get loads of really good hot chili sauces while we were there. So everybody in our office used to eat noodles by the bajillion, and you could tell the more skint you were before payday, the more people were eating noodles and the more people were nicking them off each other. Got any noodles there, lad? Yeah, just have a look on me bottom pad. I bought 6 boxes last week. Quality, man. Quality. Barnes, you'd rather work outside than in an office? Some people would rather, some people wouldn't. I know that. I've got mates who just can't even countenance the fact that I sit at a desk all day long. They absolutely hate it. So you get covered in shite and you're freezing cold. I know, but I'm out in the fresh air. I'm out in the sun. Yeah, fair enough. Even during the winter when it's cold, it's still nice. Jackie would rather work inside in the heat, which is why she works in a massage parlour. Cheers, Ali Ali. Fresh air in the lungs is great. You love the smell of fresh grass. Very nice. Instead of the club donating, now a curly, ginger-haired kid did a lap of Goodison at half-time raising money. Bellends. What are Coca noodles? Noodles made by Coca. Instead of super noodles, bachelor's super noodles, which are like cardboard. Coca noodles, I think, they are actually like ramen noodles, but they are proper oriental stuff. They are really tasty. You hate the feel of wool. Puts you on edge. Got the shivers just thinking about it. Well, don't shake hands with Thomas then, because he's a wool. Fucking wool, know what I mean? Mrs. Tom bought a 36-pack of Coca noodles in lockdown. Finished them earlier this year. We'd have gone through that in the space of a week easily. 2 packs in one go. Adults fighting over noodles. You thought noodles were more of a uni food. When you start working in an office in Liverpool, noodles become the kind of food that everyone has and everyone needs. Know what I mean? It's proper office food as well, not just uni, it's office stuff. Because they're dry, you can leave them in your drawer. Donald, you'd rather work out in the rain than be in an office. At horses for courses, people genuinely do. Either like one or the other, I find. I used to quite like working outside as well. And quite like getting covered in shite. Going home, having a pint on the way, feeling like you've actually earned it. Rather than just like I do here now. I've had about 27 cups of tea today. Has a strange creak to it. Wool does have a strange creak to it. There's an oddness to wool, I find. Shh. Curly ginger hair kid. Mick Hucknall. Don't think he'd be too welcome, would he, at Goodison? Plus, you wouldn't have him going around with a bucket, would you? Money's too tight to mention's a bit on the nose for that one. Coca noodles are the finest of all the noodles. They are the absolute pinnacle. And I know this is a bit of a stretch, but if you were to go to the top of Mount Everest, on the top of there you would find golden Coca noodles. Gallon of whiskey would be nice. They're not a posh pot noodle. You know, super noodles, bachelor super noodles. They're just the pack of them that you throw into a pan. They're like them, but they actually taste nice, proper nice, rather than bachelor super noodles. I think are swept off the carpet afterwards. So there's bits of carpet and cardboard and all kinds of shit in there, and then you just throw a fucking stock cube in or something, don't they? It's all bullshit, man. Coca noodles are the Bentley flying spur of noodles. Well, the 6,000 people watching on Twitch, someone has just sent me a message. The Implacable Signora, which I think's ironic, given that Kirsty is over. It's not Kirsty, is it now? She actually does follow me over there now. Implacable Signora. Best viewers on stream will come. Remove the space. No. That is cheating. Poor 6,000 people. Plus, Mandy, you watch Red Dwarf as well. We can't eat pot noodles. We know they're inedible. That's why Dave Lister was eating cat food before he managed to eat, or dog food, wasn't it? Before he had to pull pot noodle. Now I know why dogs lick the testicles to get the taste of pot noodles out the mouth. No, micro noodles were the ones. Gone to the abandoned food stuff place in the sky along with cheesy moments. Knorr micro noodles. I forgot about them. No handshakes yet. With the wool. Similar sentiments. Can't bear the scratchy covering on your fingertips of a bitten nail. Fucking live here, lads. Shut up. Why is the people outside? Bang out of order. It could have been him. Could have been him. Cut about 6 or 7 acres of grass a week over the summer. Loved it even with a stiff back. Now, being outside in the summer is completely different, I would have thought, to being out in the bloody winter. Man, do you actually like chicken and mushroom pot noodle? The quality's not great, though. Did you ever try Coca noodles? You've got to try them, Mandy. If you like noodles of any type, Coca are the ones to go for. They are totes amazeballs. That's why the entire office lives on them. We find ways of cooking in the office because all we've got is a hot water tap and a microwave. Plus, there's a couple of fridges and you've got your old drawers, so you can keep loads of stuff like that in them. If you're struggling, just get down to Home and Bargain. Coca noodles get sorted, lad. Fucking starving here. Jenks, say how your dog is and your cat. Never heard of those noodles. You've never lived, man. You and Snoop Dogg. 6 or 7 acres of grass. Snoop would go through that in less than a week, easily. Blunts for the twunts. How's your putty tat? All are doing well, good to hear. Coca noodles come in a red pot, but there's large packs. The ones that we get over here are the ones, just the little packs. So if you're a fat bastard like me, 2 of them is a nice snack. Very tasty, very tasty. They're new on you, man. They're new on you. Try them, man. If you don't like them, you don't like them, but they are much better than pot noodles or bachelor super noodles. Piggly ding next. Anyone want to go behind the bar? Any shifting? Pink hands in the air and wave them like you're from over there. Donald, you're the next one up, no problem. And we are piggly dinging. Louise next as well. I see you. I see you. See, I can notice that now because they stand out brightly. See if I can take a picture of that and show you how brightly it is. No, that's a picture of myself, you dickbag. See how that stands out on a dark background? And I know you would say that yellow would stand out, but it doesn't because everyone's putting yellow faces and things, so it just blends in the background. Used to do an O a day, Snoop level. Snoop Zwaggy Zwag. You don't buy any noodles of any kind. That's fair play. The trick with pot noodles is don't fill to the fill line. Are we going below that because otherwise it's too wetty, watery, wetty? You know, Cobra noodles, thought they were buckwheat, but they're not. Who fancies a round? Get a round. It was a good idea of yours, Mandy, the pink hand thing. Good idea. Thanking you. Buckwheat's healthier. Stands out on any background. It certainly stands out on the dark background. Yep. Ali Alio sent a picture of the coca noodles. Dared them. They are fantastic stuff. I've still got, and there's the red pot, the coca pot as well. So they do them like that as well, but the packets are much better. I did get a noodlies, a thing of a pot, not a pot noodle, but a pot of noodles that was so hot I could smell colours. It was amazing. Never eaten it again. I was in tears. You had a pot noodle pasta bolognese the other night, Barnesy. It was alright. Oh, I could give them a go, I think. Pint of Bose for Jackie, pint of Bose. You can't give a baby Bose. Like Gloria Gaynor, Thomas will survive. Is Kirsty still here? Fanta and a spice bag, of course. Kirsty's with her Italian stallion at the moment. His name is Mario. Spice bag. Going down well, obviously. Curry noodles are lovely. They really are. You feel like the guy in the back of the Chinook display flight with that big pink hand. With your big pink hand. Pint of Corona. The Corona alcohol free is really nice. Another bucket. Another bucket of brushy for Mandy. There you go. The Cobra noodles, the ones that you strain and drain through the lid. I've had them before. There was a lot of effort, I thought, which I thought was against what they were supposed to be, but they were nice. Chicken or curry coca. Obvious. A pack of curry and a pack of chicken, and then eat them all together so you're having chicken curry. I thought that was obvious. That's what you're going to... I've seen them before. Can't beat a spice marla. Chicken. Gotta be chicken. Chicken or curry. Curry chicken, lad. Just been tangoed. We know a popular football stadium account on Twitter who was famed for their size 550 hands. You've sent him pictures of the Chinook before. He gets some stick for his hands, doesn't he? If you know, you know, you know. Did you see the detail of the voices of the You Know When You've Been Tango adverts recently? Gil Scott Heron. Unbelievable, Jeff. Yes. Gil Scott Heron. If you don't know who that is, he's the son of a famous Celtic footballer. Oh, and also an incredible musician and poet. But, you know, his dad played for Celtic. But isn't that bizarre? We're doing an advert. Who should we call? I don't know. Gil Scott Heron. What? I love a bit of GSH. Especially during the summer. Not seen the Tango ads in a while. They've been appearing on YouTube, haven't they, with a lot of... I think a lot of Australian, fucking hell. A lot of American reactors are suddenly finding some of these old school UK adverts, UK and Ireland adverts, I would have thought. So the Tango ads have appeared, I've seen them, and the Iron Brew ones, plenty of people have reacted to them as well. Some of them were better than the actual shows, to be honest. So you'd have had Gil Scott-Heron and Ray Wilkins in the same advert. Who in their right mind would ever have predicted that? Who? Nobody. That's who. Buckets are better. GSH sounds like a dogging move. It does, doesn't it? Gives splendid head, I think, probably. I did it and I'll do it again. Is that dogging moves, Jeff? What are you on about? Banned owing to playground burst eardrums. They were. Marmite ones. There's people like Marmite on here. Man. Dickens cider. We all like that. Soba noodles. Well, maybe if you hadn't been drinking, you'd have known they were soba noodles. Because, you know, sober. Oops, Jeff did again. He did. A bucket of Black Russian. Gil Scott-Heron in the back of the car park. Not legal, definitely not. Jill Scott doing heroin in the back of the car. Reminds me of my dyslexic mate. Caught him in the back garden trying to inject a heroin. He went to a toga party as a goat. Shut a rum. Yeah, but a Gil Scott-Heron. Brilliant stuff. Very, very smart writer. Speaking of writers, Tomash, you mentioned recently Cider with Rosie being narrated by Laurie Lee himself. And because you spoke highly of it, I bought it with my Audible credit 2 days ago. I've listened to it in the last 2 days all the way through. He hasn't got what you would call the traditional audible voice, but it's amazing hearing the actual author in his own voice reading his own work, because he's got all the rhythm, the meter of how he wrote it. He can do it perfectly. He understood exactly what needed to be pushed and what needed to be held back and what have you. It's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite books of all time, but I am glad you mentioned how good it was, because it's something I'm pleased to have listened to. There is something about that. Someone reading their own words. They can do it so much better than even the most professional of readery peoples. You'd rather have Royal Mint chocolate liqueur. That sounds very Christmassy, that, doesn't it? Black Russian with a Royal Mint chocolate liqueur. Your dyslexic mate was an agnostic insomniac. Lay awake at night wondering if there was a dog.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Who doesn't like to who wouldn't love to have Dickens cider? Of course. And immediately getting the super soaker out. For the people down the back, who wants the vodka? It does sound very fancy. And Mandy's got some highfalutin tastes there, hasn't she? But if it tastes nice, Tastes nice. Have a go, man. Like drinking after 8s. I bet you it does, doesn't it? But it's nice, that. Bottle of Corona. Not the virus. My mum loves taking cider. Yes, the cider with rosy recommendations going back a while. It is, but I remember you mentioning it. So when I was having a wander around looking for things, I thought, go on, I'll have a go with that. I did enjoy it. Rhythm and meter. It's all about when you write it yourself, you know exactly how it's supposed to sound. So if you come out with it, there is a definite rhythm when people write and not when someone reads necessarily. If you're a really good writer, more people will be able to read the way you wrote because you're skillful at it, but not everyone can. And now, just by him talking, it was like, what? Oh, man. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. A work of lost time, spoken in a lost voice. Yep, he's no longer with us, is he? Laurie Lee. But that audio book is, so anyone can go and get it. You can listen to it and listen exactly how he meant it to sound. Going to see your Gloucester godchildren this weekend. When they're old enough, they're getting CWR copies. Like I say, it's not my favourite book of all time. I thought it was very heavy on description over story, but it's easy to immerse yourself into that world when he was doing that. So I did like it. But I like the fact that it was him reading it. I really did. More people should do that. Was that Vic Reeves? It was. Vic Reeves.
Very
poor
poor.
indeed. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed.
You reread 2 Discworld books during your lack of electricity. So it wasn't time wasted, definitely not. Bottle of coronavirus for Esther. You mean read from a book. Read. Best advert ever. Best advert ever. Sister Rang. Sure right. You've got an Audible credit. I did have, and I bought this with it. And it lasted 2 days because I've genuinely just had it going constantly. So I think it was 8.5 hours or something. That went very quickly. But now I've got a couple of Dostoevsky I can put on for the next month. That'll see me through. Don't know what to buy. You want a good narrator? Something almost a bit biographical. Maybe technical, not necessarily a story. Paul Gascoigne, My Story. There you go. Do you want a side vaccine with that one? Couldn't do a day of drinking it. You could. Obviously you could, couldn't you, Mandy? And you have. Don't remember much of the barbecue though. Audiobooks are a fantastic invention. They are. And for people who are as thick as shit, who don't like reading and stuff like that, a good way of getting into actually consuming literature. Just stick it on, it's like a podcast. Okay. It was Comic Book Guy. Worst impression ever. Yeah. I used to do that to Jess all the time. Stupid impressions. She likes it. Says she doesn't, but I know she does. That's why a lot of people like operas to be sung in the original language, as that's the sound that the music is written for. Yep. There's a certain rhythm and meter to not just music, but words. That when you change it, it completely alters how it sounds. I love language, I really do. And rhythm and meter is one of the most important things of language. It's just going too much over the top can be as bad as not going far enough with it. But when you do it right, it sounds marvellous. Vodka takes the edge off the sweetness, sort of, obviously. That one of Dostoevsky's short stories. What? Wait, what? Short story. 8.5 hours was short compared to some of the ones I've got. Let's have a look what I've got on here now. Let's open my Audible library. Crime and Punishment. I'm going to have to listen to that because I've never read it. 22 hours, 27 minutes. Anna Karenina. Tolstoy, 38 hours. What else have I got? I've listened to everything. Loads of mountaineering books. The Ultimate Evil by Maury Terry was amazing. I read the proper book, the hardback book of that, and I couldn't sleep for the first night. I had to stay awake reading it because I was shitting myself. And of course, The Ragged Trousered Philanthropist by Robert Tressel, my favourite book. Keep an eye out for that because that might be appearing at some point in a future 5e videos. What's the Italian's name? What's his name? I've put 50 quid each way on Mario. I love my mama Mario. Goo is a bit too sweet for your taste. You're more of a savoury person. Esther, you might be better off with the speculoos one then. Speculoos goose sponge pudding, which is lovely. Do I listen through Alexa? I don't. I listen through my phone and that there Bluetooth speakery thing. I don't have Alexa or an Amazon Dotty thing. The short story videos on YouTube, like Let's Read, he has over 1 million subs. There should be loads of that. YouTube's a really good delivery mechanism for that, so I think there should be more and more of that. Get people into listening to, if not reading, the words themselves, and eventually they might just enjoy it enough to start reading more. The written word is such a fantastic thing. It's such a gift for us. That's a burning at the stake offence. It is in this particular stream, isn't it? Dissing the goo. His name is Andrea. Surname's not Pirlo, is it? If it is, stick with him. He's fine. Ayn Rand was 60 plus hours. I've always considered possibly trying Ayn Rand. Probably because Neil Peart from Rush was a huge fan. But also, there's a lot of bad connotations as well, isn't it? Might try the Fountainhead and try that one first, see where I go from there. Which flavour goo did you get, Esther? Which flavour was it? Welke goo was it? Got one that's a 48 hours a stream of consciousness novel. Are you sure that's not just my Bear's Paws streams list in one go? Latest 5 was lovely. Yes. Nice about the pink vinyl and the specials. I didn't mention my Uncle Mick at the start of that, which I should have done. He was the one that used to let me listen to his punk songs and what have you. The pink vinyl of Cool for Cats. Even now I can still see it. Every time I think of it. Just that pink record going around on the record player. I'd never seen that before. I'd only ever seen black vinyl. I had no idea that there was such a thing as picture discs, coloured vinyl, anything like that. So it blew me away, man. Got a quarter of the way through The Idiot and gave up. Some stuff you take to, some stuff you don't. Genuinely don't. Do we get any pictures of Andrea? Listen to The Lord of the Rings. That was a damn marathon. Over 24 hours for the first book. I think The Ultimate Evil was 30 odd hours. I also listened to The 5 Families by Selwyn Raab, about the 5 mafia families in New York. That was 38 hours. That took a few weeks of work, sitting here with it on constantly. But it was well worth it. And I know when you look at it and think 24 hours for the first book, shit, that's stupid. But it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. Yep. Proud of you, Kirsty. Proud of you. Good on you. Good on you. Tons of story channels on YouTube. I'm going to have to find these out because that's not the kind of thing I do, but obviously, if you're only getting one credit per month and you listen to so much, like what I does, I'm going to have to, aren't I? Spanish lemon, they only had 4 choices. Spanish lemon's nice, but it is fairly sweet. She was into eugenics, Ayn Rand, which is a lot of really right-wing stuff as well, which is a bit, doesn't sit well with me. But read and learn. As I say, Neil Peart, the drummer and lyricist from Rush, was hugely into that whole vibe. And I like Rush music, so who knows? Invite him to the pause. If you can put up with us, he's a keeper. Never trust an Italian keeper. They're always dodgy on crosses. Sorry. Speak for yourself, Mandy. Yeah. Kirsty, where did you meet him? Was he on the gondola? Is he a gondolier? It is a proper test. Love me, love my family, and all that kind of jazz, know what I mean? Another Fanta. Orange for the orange there. Keep them away from dirty old ants, Mandy. Jackie. Ooh. You've seen the claws on Mandy. I'd watch yourself there, Steve. Telling you, mate. You Fanta-filled fecker, you. Why are they taking so long? Are they really thick books? Some of them genuinely are. I mean, things like, to say, the 5 Families, Selwyn Raab. I don't think it's a single book. I think it's a couple of books in one. I read The Ultimate Evil myself, and that took well over a week to read, and I was absolutely flying through it. It's not a little thing, it's proper thick. You're buying a hat. I'll throw my suit in the cleaners. We don't nail them to crosses anymore. We're seeing you lot in bloody Northern Ireland. You know exactly what you do. Stay away from crosses in Northern Ireland. That's what I'd say. Is he a pizza baking olive oil salesman? Does he talk with his hands? Scare him with your claggy flaps. On the bus, he helped you get off at the right stop. Hang on, you need to rephrase that one. He helped you get off at the right stop. Was this... Did you not get off at a Jill? Then bumped into him again when you were on your way back to the hotel and he was getting off to get the boat back home. Isn't that fantastic? He lives on the Wirral. Especially on full flapping mode. Which sounds like a load of seals applauding, doesn't it? Anyone for sandwiches and sausages? Sausage snangers, mate. Lovely, lovely stuff. Got you off the bus. You can imagine the sound, can't you? Like one of those old rattles used to get at the pub. The football. I'm losing the plot. What is wrong with me today? What is wrong with me? The plot has been lost. I never had it in the first place, but it's been lost. Bit of woohoo and wit-woo for Kirsty. Otherwise, you'd have missed your stop to check into the hotel. Good on you. Good on you, Andrea, or Mario, depending on what his real name is. He's told you it's Andrea. Good lad, Andrea. We like that. Anywhere you go, always take the weather with you. No, there should be people that are willing to help. Always help a stranger. Do you not get it sorted, Jinxie, when you had the box put in? Your new updated box. Great Prince song, Get Off You. I remember that first came out, was it early 90s? 92-ish, something like that, maybe. And thinking, what on earth is he doing? This is a little bit OLO, isn't it, for Prince? But fantastic tune. Good guitar playing as well. Are his brothers plumbers? No, but there Luigi is, obviously, his dad. Definitely, absolutely, Kirsty. We should all be like that. Which means that the way you get treated when you're abroad should be the way you treat other people when they turn up in your hometown. Should be, always. Should always be. He was your knight in shining armour. It does sound like the start of a Hallmark movie. You could have got them. Yeah, you could have got it sorted at the time. Who clogged the bog? Here's a question for the chat. If you had the power to change one thing in the world, what would it be? Go on. Oh, hello. Janksy, what about you?
It's going up, 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 it's there.
That's there. There you go. Level 25. Splendid effort. If you had the power to change one thing in the world, what would it be? I don't know, possibly to pay the rent in 1892. I don't know. No more war, man. No more war. No more war. Or if you were a politician that decided to vote for war, you had to go on the front line yourself for at least 6 months. If you want to vote for it, you go and fucking do it. Rich old white men normally voting for poor young men to go and kill themselves. Bastards. 23 positions in a one-night stand. You got an extra one there, have you? You remember that line? Of course you do, Mandy. That was the fun that you stuck out, so to speak. Jackie's gone up. No one's asked, is he fit? Lovely and greasy. Yeah. Is he fit? Pay the rent in 80. Yeah, got in there first. Only 25 others are in their 30s. No. Latin cop doc. I had to read that twice. Here's your Latin cop doc, is he? Psychic Zapata Bosun Modish. It's a tough one, isn't it? Get a lot of disease would you like to get rid of or cure? Well, considering this stream is named after a song by The Cure, get The Cure. No war, something about climate change, banning hunting. Something to do with just stopping humans, too many to choose from. Wars, it has to be just stop wars. Take it out of the human equation
Piddly ding. Next.
to have wars. We shouldn't have wars. No more war. Well, Louise is behind the bar, even if she's here or not, she's behind the bar anyway. Unless she's still here. Lulu Bell. Lulu and a young generation. Diddly-bit, where are we? He's okay. Lovely personality. Ah. Very nice. We like to see that. One thing to get rid of, greed. Maybe getting rid of greed would also get rid of a lot of the other subsequent problems. People have war because they're greedy. They want what someone else has got. I want their oil, therefore I'm going to go in there and steal it. And I'm going to get rid of as many of them fuckers as I possibly can on the way. Yeah, greed might be one of the ones. That's a good shout, that, Mandy. I think that would help end wars. That's going right to the top of the table so far. You'd sort out the otter problem. That's second. We're going for that one. Oh no! If I could change one thing. 1 second. No more fucking temporary traffic lights. Bank on Birdall Lane. Right-o. You having that one, Ken? Right-o. Yeah. No more temporary traffic lights. Fuck stopping wars and curing all kinds of diseases. No more temporary traffic lights. Right at the top of the list. You've reached your limit of coronaviruses. Ungrateful, that's Jackie, ungrateful. People taking offence over stupid crap like politics, religion and money. It's not remotely important. Yep. Don't get worried about words. They're just words. That sticks and stones may break me bones, but words will never hurt me. Isn't too far off the mark. Never mind his personality. Ride the gondola. Do you know what? I was generally waiting for the first person in the chat to go, how big's his whirly? No. End animal cruelty and femicide. That should just be something to try and cure ourselves, to be honest with you. Without having to have a wish and a dream to do it. Why can't we just do that as a society? Yeah, I've got enough, but I want more, so I'll take yours. But say it's for a different reason. Yeah, I like this this idea. There's a brilliant thing. Rob Newman from Newman and Baddiel. He did a stand-up. I've mentioned this before, haven't I? He did a stand-up comedy thing about oil, about where all the oil wars have come from. And there was a thing about the US exporting democracy. And it's like, you're not exporting democracy at all. What you're doing is you're stopping a democracy from being a democracy because you don't like the person who's going to be in charge. And it's just an excuse to go in there and get oil. Well worth watching if you get a chance. I might put a link to it somewhere. But yeah, how can you export democracy? You can't. Let people get on with their democracies. Yeah, but we're here to help you. We're here to help democracy. You're here to steal fucking oil is what you're here to do, isn't it? Be honest. Just be honest about it. What is femicide? That will be the unaliving of women. Too much of it going on. There's too much unaliving of everyone, but women tend to be the victims far more often than men, normally at the hands of men as well. How big is his personality? Has he got a big personality? Question just popped into your head earlier. Good. They're the kind of questions that we need. It stimulates debate, doesn't it? And we like a mass debate on this particular stream. Kirsty doesn't worry about words. We should all take a leaf from her book. We should. Get him to get his pole in his hand and jump on the gondola. Have you seen the latest in Afghanistan? What are they doing now? Jesus. Ali, what's your answer? What's your one? Tough one to answer because a lot of disease you would like to be cured. Yeah, there's so much, isn't there? There'd be loads of things that you could do. You could ban religion, all religions, get rid of all that. Make people a bit more thoughtful towards each other. Invent something that's not oil and works. Big personality energy. Like mine. What am I kidding? I've got no fucking energy at all. That's down to cramps now. If we stopped the war, we could concentrate on the otters. We could. Make otter, not war. Yeah, the country has deteriorated so fast. In the 60s, women were wearing miniskirts, the same in Iran. And then what happened? Again, Rob Newman talks about this. It was a fantastic place to live, Iran, and then we decided to get involved, the UK and the US, involving Kermit Roosevelt and people like that, because we wanted their oil. BP was started off in that particular time, and we went and stole all their oil and made them into a Islamic caliphate. Everywhere we've gone and done this, we've left a power vacuum which has been filled by absolute psychopathic bastards. Well, other absolute psychopathic bastards, because we were there first, but yeah, that's what happens. We could have left these places and they'd have been sound, but no, we've turned them into fundamentalist lunatic asylums. And that I mean, banning women talking loud enough that another woman might hear. Basically not allowed to talk. To be honest with you, Jackie, I'm all for that one. I think we should do that one. Starting with you, shut up. Isn't it horrible though? It's fucking backward. I mean, genuinely, it is the whole world in these areas is going backwards. We're going back to the dark ages, just bit by bit by bit. Getting rid of rights that have been hard won and hard fought for, and then just fucking stupid. There's people in the 1400s who understood that the earth was round, who believed in science, and now Fat Bob from Bootle sat in his ma's box room. Well, what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't take vaccine because it's fucking 5G this and 5G that. Balance. But yeah, shut up, Jackie. The fact that Andrea was willing to help a damsel in distress speaks volumes, it is. Nice one, Andrea. I've watched much Adam Curtis. I haven't. It's Bitter Lake documentary which covered Afghanistan. I've not seen that. Quiet Life. Top album. Yes, totally picture the damsel in distress clutching her cornetto. As he shakes his pole behind her. Is he wearing a stripy jumper, stripy t-shirt? It's not stripes, is it? I hate that. QPR don't play in vertical stripes. Stripes are up and down. Not sideways, they're hoops. Weird things to be pissed off about, I know, but there you go. Oh, there's footy on tonight, wasn't there? I think there was footy on last night as well. Over the road. I was getting into my car outside Tesco. Other supermarkets do exist. And I could hear them. They must have scored. Because it's that close, you can hear them dead loud. And there's only about 1,000 people there as well. Mad thing, fam. The Adam Buxton podcast interview with Adam Curtis is ace. Link us up if you can, yeah, definitely. A couple of years ago, it doesn't matter as long as it's interesting stuff, I don't mind. Yep, our Ollie's busy now, Connor, unfortunately. That's the unfortunate problem with having to get in there and start working. You miss out on so much other stuff. Jackie, you wouldn't know much about football. Oh, sorry, you wouldn't know about football. Don't worry about it. No biggity, you know what I mean? Clutching a suitcase, more like. Suitcase. Barnes, you've gone right off football. I have as well, to be honest with you. For someone who was born into the game, genuinely born into the game, with my dad being a pro baller, it's gotten shite. Although I have got me, I'm on the list for the move, aren't I, to the new stadium. I'm right there at the top with the rest of the Isle boys. 28th season in the same seat. I said 29, it's not. 28th season. I was in another part of the Gladys Street. I was in the other side over there for 95, 96. I moved to this one in 96, 97. Afghanistan also got a thing called dancing boys, where young Hazara boys are abused by men. It's going backwards. It's a country that's going backwards. They want to go back to, I don't know, Stone Age or something. Just stupid, man. Stop interfering in other people's countries. Leave them to how they were. They will find their own proper level. If you then take away the normal, sensible people because they disagree with you, you let the fucking lunatics take over. The lunatics are taking over the asylum. They brought that shite to the UK. Part of this problem we've got as well with this, is a lot of it is now being, it's not being brought here. A lot of it is being fermented in this country by people that were born here. That's what you need to stop. You need to stop all that. Why are people being radicalised in this country? Why are they doing it? You've got Chowdhury got sent to jail for the rest of his life, didn't he? And Jim Chowdhury, because he was a hate preacher. How are we allowing that to even get to that point where you have to jail these people? Well, the reason why is because they got rid of so many police and so many community officers that were there to sort this kind of shit out. Cut that out. Sort that problem out. Because at the moment what we're doing is, it's like we've got a toothache and we're cutting off the head. That's not where the problem is. The problem is that little bit. Sort that out. Put the police in charge. Community officers that will work with the actual communities. Stop all this from happening. Cut it out at source. Fuckers. A decade of tenure for you. A decade of tenure. Your season ticket started after the Martinez 5th season. Not been as high since. You are the problem. Just you. I used to pay on the day, pay on the gate, up until we won the FA Cup in 95, and I thought, all right, this is about to get a lot more difficult to get into the stadium, because it was already starting to become a bit of a problem. So I'm going to have to buy a season ticket. Otherwise, I won't be able to get in, so I did. Sorry, Jackie. And I've been there ever since. 95, 96, I was towards the main stand side of the Upper Gladys. Since then I've moved to this side, and I've been there ever since. 28th season in the same seat. You know, you get less, wouldn't you, for 4 counts of hog tying little wankers on you at your farm. The Premier League, it brought all the money and it destroyed the culture it did. There's some of it that didn't need to be around anymore, to be honest with you, but it's been an etch-a-sketch end to football, hasn't it? Now you will do what we tell you to. What? The orange stripes on the flat cap are quite distracting. I like them. Where will I go in Bramley Moor? South stand, front row. Will it depend on the amount of steps? It will do, because is it the south stand that's the massive one, which I think is going to be the equivalent of the old Gladys Street where I am now. But it is fucking huge. I don't think I'll be able to get all the way up there. But I want to be in the same area as the people I'm with now. So the next home game, I'm going to speak to the good people around me and find out what they're doing. Because I think we're all going to be in the same tenure. We've all done at least 23 years. I know they have, because when I did my first year 28 years ago, they were all round me at that point. Hopefully we'll move en masse. You're thinking of the East Stand, the Bakayoko Memorial Stand. Ibrahima Bakayoko, Bakayoko, as he was known, for ease of access. Get in, get the job done, get out. Will there be a fancy lift in the new stadium? I think there will probably be escalators to the higher areas. All the new stadiums have to have disabled lifts. Will I still have my blue badge at that point? I might have 1 year left on that one, I think. The South Stand's the massive one. I think that's going to be the street end, isn't it? Or the equivalent. Yeah, your uncle's got 19 years. He said he'll wait for you. Just leave him a spare clip or a grenade. He'll be sound. Diddly diddly diddly. Ooh. I like Spanish football, but I hate the fact that there's a team called Badalona, which makes it sound like a shit Barcelona. What are they playing at? Was there any normal footy tonight? I don't think there was there? No. Ah, well, the afterbirth got through anyway. I thought there might have been EFL, but there hasn't been, has there? The provision of accessibility is going to be an infinite improvement. Absolutely 100%. They are looking at making sure there's more parking, because the blue badge parking situation near Goodison is bloody awful. But then we are in the middle of a housing estate. Well, not housing estate, in the middle of housing. Side streets. Trying to fit people in is a pain in the arse. Go into a brand new place, they'll make sure there's parking for people with blue badges. And loads of accessibility stuff, getting into and out of the stadium, getting from top to bottom. I think the good thing as well about this is, if you want to have a beer with your mate, if I was in the street end and you were in the Bullens Road, I can't get round there to go and have a pint with you, but you can in the new stadium. You can walk all the way round. So you can just go and get in the stadium, go and have a beer with your mates who are in a different part of the stadium, and then wander back in time for kick-off. Marvellous. Marvelloso. You like the Gladys name? Very Welsh Gladys, isn't it, Mandy? Very Welsh, isn't it? It'll take years for it to settle. You'd missed a lot around you. It's going to take a lifetime to settle, I think. Just because people have been going for so long, that's all we've ever known. We've been at Goodison since 1892, you know what I mean? Not one person who goes to match nowadays was there when we were at Anfield, so it's the way it is, man. Gladys was an option if Domingo were a girl. Very nice. Gladys the cat. Bakayoko. Ibrahima Bakayoko. It is a local club for local people. We'll have no trouble here. He was good on Champ, man. He was just unfortunately shit on grass. Although he scored a really good free kick at Bristol City, didn't he? We can get all the way round. We can. All the way round. Although I think with there being away fans in the stadium, you might not be able to get all the way around that part, but everywhere else. Everywhere else. Ali, are you okay? Ali, are you okay? Are you okay, Ali? Nick and Tom's halftime YouTube live incoming. Live and alive with a dead ahead sound. Absolutely, man. Cracking free kick. It was a cracking free kick at Bristol. At Bristol. I think I saw him score a goal as well somewhere. Where was it? Where did he score? Sure, I saw him score one. Was it Blackburn? Did he score at Blackburn? Sure, I wouldn't know him from Donegal. Can't you get seats closer together? You could. It all depends on tenure, which is just one more than 9 years tenure. Bus. Oh, bit of Dre. What was I going to say then? Yeah, we're waiting to hear. We got an email t'other day about it, saying January is the time. Because the new season starts in August next year. We're that far away, really, in terms of when we started building the stadium to when we're going to start playing. It's been that far away. It will be January when we start having the conversations, the crunchy conversations around where people will be going. But it looks okay. Your uncle won't sit behind the goal. You're not bothered. I've sat at the sides. I've stood at the sides during the 80s. We used to stand in the enclosure, then in the paddock later on. But I like it behind the goal now, especially where I am. It's great where I've got a fantastic seat. I'm just gutted that it's not going to be, possibly not going to be the same. But, you know. Yeah, don't want to sit behind the post. We're not going to now. So no matter where you sit in this new stadium, you will have a fantastic view. The only differences are going to be how close you are to the away fans and how easy it is to get to your seat. That's about it, really. Nobody comes in shouting the odds in your... But now I've got the idea of... what's her name? Fucking Thingy-o. Mine's gone blank now. EastEnders. Give Eva my pub. 11, 17, 63, 4-1. That's you shouting the odds. Can't be asked being near the away fans. I used to sit near them occasionally. My mate used to have a season ticket, and when he wasn't going, Peggy, that's her, and Peggy Mitchell, Barbara Windsor. Yeah, I used to sit by the away fans. He used to love it because he was an angry bastard, but she said to him, how do you sit there? Oh, it's fucking great, mate. Get into them, don't you, like, you know? No, you don't. Because it's just full of half-wits. You're not going to shout at someone from Fulham. For a start, he was in the upper Bullen, so they were normally downstairs. All 14 Fulham fans were downstairs, but it's just a pain in the arse, mate. You can't hear anything apart from them screaming and shouting in the stupid voices, or occasionally going, Yorkshire, Yorkshire. Louise isn't still here, is she? But, yeah, can't be asked being near the away fans. Even being at the park end down the bottom, by the away fans there. That was always a pain in the arse as well. Used to hate it. Fulham fans were alright on Saturday, both of them. I've been to a game one season where there was literally 14 of them. And we have that song about 14 to West Ham about Liverpool fans shitting out and not going to West Ham because they were going to get duffed up. But they did, they brought 14 Fulham. And when you consider how rich that area of London is, why can you afford to charter a plane full of you to come and watch a game? Well, we do have to practice our rowing on Thursday morning, so you know, weird. I am still convinced as well, absolutely 1,000,000% convinced. At least 56% of all Fulham's fans are dentists. Next time Fulham are on TV, just look at the crowd, the home crowd. Look at them. Every one of them looks like a fucking dentist. Is this a library? Yeah, and the goalkeeper kicks getting your shit. That is one of the things that I would end. There's so many wool shouts in football. Is this a library? How many 40,000-seater stadiums do you know? Or how many 40,000-seater libraries do you know with loads of floodlights and... yeah. If you can't tell the difference in a library and a football stadium, speaks volumes about how thick you are. Football in a library. Okay, well done. Who was it we had? I think we sang for about 88 minutes out of 90 non-stop. Huge noise. The 2 minutes it went quiet. Football in a library. Wankers. Don't go to the match to fucking sing. If I wanted to sing, I'd join a choir. I go to the match to get rid of all the bile and spite and hatred out of my system. And to talk to my friends. "14 to West Ham now, isn't that great? They are the bastards that we love to wait." Oh, sorry, Mandy. Sorry. Bit of football, you zoned out there for a second. Zoned out there. Mandy, what's your favourite colour wool? What's your favourite colour wool? Do you prefer thick wool or thin wool? What's your favourite shape of needle? Do you like them big and thick or long and slender? Is that any better for you? Night, Jackie. Sorry, and morning, Jackie. Not green, obviously. Definitely not green. Yeah. I like petrol, not green. Prince loved not green. You went to the library the other week, and let you tell you the price of bananas was shocking. Shocking. Absolutely. Didn't find it very appealing either. Any baking updates from Helen? Could you find a library anywhere, one that's open? They don't exist anymore, do they? All done deliberately as well. Keep the youth thick as shit. Don't let people improve their intelligence. Keep them dumb, man. Cannon fodder for the next generation. Up to workers. Morning, Jackie. Bacon. Oh, man. I'm hungry now. I wasn't earlier. What can I have? We got any coca noodles? We haven't, have we? Bastard. I've got goo, though. I've got goo. I've got lemon goo, and I've got speculoos sponge pudding goo. I'm going to have speculoos sponge pudding goo. There you go. There you go. And I have raspberry yoghurt if I wanted that. I've got walnuts. I haven't got spring rolls. Bastard. We mentioned them, didn't we, the other day? Spring rolls. I need spring rolls. I could get them delivered. I could actually go to Tesco now because they're open until midnight. But then I'd have to cook them, wouldn't I? Happy doing my cooking. You have fruit loaf, chocolate cake, carrot cake, sausage rolls all for your nephew's birthday. That sounds like a bit of me, that. Definitely sounds like a bit of me. I like that. Sausage rolls and carrot cake. Sign me up. Fruit loaf as well. Oh, man. Fruit loaf with custard. Aldi, Tesco, B&M. Proper libraries where you can just go in and see what's on the telly next week. Morning, Jackie. Coffee, my dear. You'd eat everything other than the fruit loaf. The fruit loaf's nice with yogurt. What am I on about? With custard. Fruit loaf and custard. Gorgeous, man. Do you eat barabrith? That's a fruit loafy type thing, isn't it? Donnelly, you might have some chicken soup.
Next.
Might grab some of that. I don't eat enough soup. I don't really like soups too much apart from Asian soups. I should try harder. Soup is the kind of thing that I should be consuming. Especially when I'm struggling to find things that I like eating. That's another bit of an insight into the film. People are coming from Gdansk to see the film. That gets mentioned in there as one of the manifesto things. Yeah. I need to sort my eating out. I need to work on that. Soup might be the way to go. Soup's inoffensive, isn't it? I think. Soup's a bit like I think it's a Ford Mondeo, isn't it? People don't look twice at it, but if you needed to, it'd keep you going on its own. It's like a diesel Ford Mondeo, I think, chicken soup. I'm spoiled. They deliver and everything. Yeah, and Tesco's open till late. Used to be open 24 hours a day, Tesco and Sainsbury's over the road. Everything gets delivered. I could get something delivered as well. I could. But I won't. But I could. But I won't. Carrot cake, very sweet it is. So you got to be careful with it. Not too much, otherwise it'd be quite sickly. But you don't do custard. The only Barabreath you used to eat was your mum's with an inch of butter. Sounds very healthy. I think Barabreath isn't already fairly heavy without throwing a pack of butter on each slice. You have a pact with Gdansk. People are coming from Gdansk to see the film. The Passion of St. Tibulus. Love a bit of Father Ted. Love that one. To the point where if anybody mentions going to see a film in this house, everyone says, are people coming from Gdansk to see the film? Because we love Father Ted. I like to go to Gdansk on the way to somewhere. Just because the history of the shipyards in Poland and things like that. My niece has got a Polish boyfriend and they keep going back over there at least once, maybe twice a year to go and see his family. And there's just history lying everywhere. Over the road from where his dad lives, they've got like a massive castle which goes back to about 10 past the Big Bang, you know what I mean? Proper old school. I'd love to see stuff like that. A bit of Lech Walesa, see what's going on. You didn't eat a whole loaf in one go. I would think not. Like trying to swallow a curling stone. Barabreath is would you say it was kind of similar to a fruit loaf? It's a Welsh delicacy. See if you can see a picture of it. Yeah. So it's a similar kind of thing. Quite a heavy, fruity, loafy type thing. But instead of putting sweet with it, you put butter with it. So yeah, Barabreath is a traditional Welsh tea bread flavoured with tea. That's the thing. Dried fruits and spices. A decrease in its popularity led to supermarket Morrison's removing it from their shelves in 2006. A year later, a survey showed that 36% of teenagers in Wales had never tried it. What? In 2007, 36% of teenagers had never tried Barabreath. It has been subsequently championed by celebrity chefs such as Bryn Williams. Several variations on Barabreath have been made, including changing it into a chocolate, sausages, and even into ice cream. What? The fucking holy stone of Clonrickard will be shoved some. I love that. That is such a good episode. You like the dessert with sherry trifle? Sherry trifle? Is that the one we're talking about? Fruit loaf, the mixed fruit is stoked in stout and brown sugar overnight, or tea. Yeah. Fruit soaked in tea is what Helen makes. So a load of these things will have different names all around the country, but they'll all be similar kind of things. Passed down from one village to the next and eventually get somewhere and slightly different variations on them. I love stuff like that. We need to make sure that people... 36% of teenagers not in Wales not having tasted Barabreath is absolutely disgraceful. Stuff like that needs to be pushed by families. This is your history, your heritage. It's not just something to eat. There's so much history behind this, and don't lose it. Don't lose it, man. Don't lose it. I beg of thee, don't lose it. Gdansk isn't too far from there. I heard it's a nice city. I seen the Grand Tour. They were in Poland, and you're expecting to see it as the steel grey, cold, miserable towns with people queuing up to buy bread, all wearing flat caps and the coats pulled up. And then you go there, or you see people there. It's a sunny day. It looks like the middle of Paris, apart from the fact that all the buildings are pink and lime green and things, and it looks fucking stunning, man. There's just history everywhere. There's art everywhere. The Poland that Poland is not the Poland that we think it is. I wouldn't mind going at some point. My dad wouldn't go back, although he probably wouldn't do now. They played against Star Rezov in the European Cup Winners' Cup. He was in an Aleutian plane on the way back, and there was bullet holes in it and all kinds. I think they won though. Sure they won. Trifle. It's lovely trifle. Do people still make trifles, homemade trifles, the way they used to? My nan used to make them every single Sunday without fail. I don't like Sunday dinners, but holy feckity Jesus, I love the trifle she made. Oh man. It was a Christmas special. Every time you went past, you gave it a stare. The smell evokes Christmas memories. Again, there's all these traditions. Christmas traditions are making an old school Christmas pudding. It's the same thing. You're only allowed to stir them ones on certain days. Otherwise, it'll get spoiled. Jeebus won't appreciate it. Jelly is the only bit of trifle that you eat. You don't like the cream? Or the hundreds and thousands? What's wrong with you, Mandy? I do like jelly though, it is nice. Granny would make trifle with so much whiskey. You get wasted after a small bowl of it. Proper. And you can't give this to the kids. It's got whiskey in it. Oh, would you feck off, would you? You used to have it as a kid. Nothing wrong with you. That kind of thing. Yeah, Gdansk, how brave were those dockers with old Lech. Absolutely incredible. That's exactly how they should be. Dockers seem to have that about them. My granddad was a docker. Those people just working on the docks in Liverpool. People losing fingers and arms getting ripped off and all kinds of stuff, and they'll still be there the following morning, lining up for work. And that's without what happened with the Poles doing what they were doing, or the Scots when they were trying to close the dockyards and he just went in and worked for free to keep the things open. Proper. Could have ended up in serious trouble in Poland over that, but no. Everyone stuck together. Solidarity. That was what the movement was. That was exactly what the movement was, and that's what happened. I did have my blog that I used to have pre-YouTube was called Scalidarity. Scouse Solidarity. You know what I mean? Scalidarity. Yeah, but you're amazing. I'd love to go there and see exactly what happened, where it happened. Must be amazing if you were all there, thousands of you, and him on a lectern, just talking, raising everyone's spirits up. That would be absolutely amazing. I'd love to be part of that. I was in Revolution Square in Cuba, in Havana, and I was gutted that there was no Fidel Castro there giving it loads. Even a Howard Kendall would have done, just stood there. Can you hear that noise out there? Do it for them. Birds trifle. It's a bit, misogynistic, that one, isn't it? Ladies trifle, at least. Birds trifle. Helen makes one every Christmas. I like the old school stuff. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Christmas puddings, but I used to like having some every Christmas, just a little bit of cream over the top, because that reminded me of Christmas, because that's exactly what it was like, you know what I mean? She works at Marks and Spencer's. La 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 Lech Wałęsa. Yep. Poland looks like a beautiful place, but yet it looked completely different in Soviet times, and the warnings from those days need to be heeded. If it happens in Ukraine, it'll then start happening in Azerbaijan and Georgia and Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Just bit by bit, Belarus. to try and go back to the same. Did he stop at Poland this time? Did he try and go back into Germany? Bread queues, everyone dressed in grey. I mean, it looked fantastic. The clothing looked superb, but no, we don't want that. Trying to think of the half man half biscuit lyric. Twin Town service just wasn't cool. Now I've got a suicide pack with Ghoul. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Lech with the big moustache, which is better than Becky with the good hair, isn't it? The family Sunday dinner thing is huge in the UK. I hate it, always have done, but it's such a tradition. I think probably, you know, the death row meal. Everyone gets to choose, and everyone seems to pick hamburgers and Diet Coke. Does anyone get that? Your death row meal, Diet Coke. Why? Do you want to look slim on the gurney? I think most Brits, if they had to pick, would probably go for a Sunday dinner, wouldn't they? As your death row meal. Probably fading. Yep. You'd rather have the chocolate log than Christmas pudding. A lot of people would. Tastes are changing, but we don't need. We don't need. It'd be horrible to see these things dying out completely. Putin, yeah, he shouldn't mess around with Poland. He shouldn't mess. There's a lot of them he shouldn't mess around with, but he's trying it on at the moment with Ukraine, isn't he? Well, with Crimea anyway. See how far he can go, how far he can get. I wouldn't mess with the Poles. Jesus. I've had some good Polish neighbours. There's the Russians next to us as well. Maybe they don't get on too well at the moment, but do a sound. Fucking massive, massive lads though. All with really deep laughs as well. What? You want I bring vodka? No, I do not want any of that bleeding vodka. It's 8:30 in the morning, just trying to start my car. Fucking lunatics. Good lads though. Could have Sunday dinner any day. It wouldn't be Sunday dinner though, would it? I hate Sunday dinners, so my ma's been trying to do them on a Tuesday and Wednesday and think I wouldn't notice. Would you like? No, I'm not having that shite. Get rid. You mean Mr. Hanky the Christmas pool? Definitely not, no. Your mum and dad went to Berlin in the 1980s. You wish you could have seen that. That would have been... I mean, Berlin doesn't look like Berlin anymore. It looks like Berlin, doesn't it? Back in the 80s, during the height of the Cold War, it would have been amazing to see. Because there were still spies bouncing around everywhere, chasing each other and what have you. That would be amazing to watch that. 60s as well. I'd love to have seen that. Berlin sounds like one of those places. If you could travel anywhere in time, in history, Berlin, any time between the 60s and the 80s would have been fantastic. I'd love to have seen that. Howdy ho. In 89 would be a good time as well. After your parents' divorce, you stopped eating meals together as a family. As a child, you would have loved. Right, that's the thing that I say. I don't like the meal at all. I hate Sunday dinner. I hate roast dinners in general. But that whole thing of the entire family sitting around together, it's a family thing. Same as the Christmas one. Again, I don't like it, but all the Christmas, all the family sitting around on Christmas Day with stupid paper hats on and all that shit. It's spending time with the family that's more important than what you're actually eating. Which is why I don't mind. I'll wear my paper hat and have a pizza or something. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, bruv? Yep, no accounting for taste. Some people do, some people don't. You had duck for Christmas dinner for a few years. It's much nicer. I would think I'd rather have duck. Goose, of course, is the proper old school Brit tradition. Not many people have that these days. That's a similar kind of thing, though. I would have thought. Crispy duck and pancakes. Now that I would have for Christmas dinner. And there will be places around here that are open, doing deliveries on Christmas Day for that. I might do that this year. Crispy duck and pancakes. Casper, you have duck every Christmas. Quite fatty food, isn't it? Duck butt. Duck butt. What am I on about? Very nice though. Esther, you like Peking duck? Crispy duck and pancakes. The very, very best. At the risk of upsetting Steve, you had a corn road. Corn. There's a corn and a quab. Do you have a coffee? Grab a coffee, we'll talk about your corn. Corn dog? Do you have a corn dog? Oh my God, look at the dog. He's adorable. Before the wall come down. Walls come tumbling down, man. Duck is lovely. Used to get wild duck for Christmas. Now I imagine wild duck, of course, will be much nicer as well, with a much better flavour. No Norfolk Black. The icon could double for Mandy's wool chat as well as any comment you make, of course. Linda McCartney, fake duck, is great. Can I play in tune now? You have Goose every November the 10th on Martin's Eve. Nice, nice. Rushed. Chinese for Christmas, how very American of me. I just don't like Christmas dinners. Never have done. I've had lasagna. What else have I had? I've had all kinds of mad shit. Pizza. Chinese. Just don't like Christmas dinners. You don't find duck super fatty. If it is prepared correctly, if it's hung up correctly and done correctly, a lot of the fat comes out of it. Otherwise, you need to be really careful because it can be very fatty. I sound very New York. Talking about coffee. Grab a coffee, we'll talk. Oh my God, the dog's adorable. It's made in Norfolk as well, yeah. You feel less guilty about the East Anglian economy. Do I sneak a pig in a blanket? I do. Now, here's the best thing about it, of course, is you can eat what the fucking hell you feel like. And you can have pigs in blankets and Yorkshire puddings. And you can have lasagna with Yorkshire pudding, easily. The best bit of Christmas dinner is the crackers. It's all tradition, man. Oh, wait, hang on. Whoa. This is the hat trick, isn't it? Donald, you are the hat trick.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Might get a few bits of pellets in wild duck. We get stuck in your teeth, so you got to be careful with that. But nice. Need a nice Danish duck Christmas dinner. I'd rather have curry. I've had curry one year as well. That was nice. Proper curry, like chicken vindaloo or something. Everyone sat round eating boring, looking piss poor dry turkey and what have you, an overcooked lamb. I'm sat there with me chicken vindaloo. You are craving a lasagna pie, never mind a Yorkshire pudding lasagna. Yorkshire puddings go with anything, and that's savoury or sweet. By the way, Yorkshire puddings you can have with sweet. You can have it with absolutely everything. Curry, you know, you go to anywhere that's full of Indians or Bangladeshis or Sri Lankans who eat using their kind of bread, whether it's naan bread or whatever, or chapatis, when you don't use spoons, they'll just use the piece of bread to scoop it up. Eat like that with a Yorkshire pudding. Oh, man. Stunning. Pigs in blankets. You'd be happy with a plate of them. Did you ever get the big pigs in blankets? The big long sausage. Proper long. I think it was it Lidl or Aldi that were doing them. It's like a foot long sausage rolled in bacon. Oh man, they were nice. Like a pig in shite. Local butcher does a metre long pig in blanket. There you go, it rolls it up like a Cumberland sausage. I'm not eating a lot of this stuff at the moment. Like I say, I'm struggling to find things I want to eat, but pigs in blankets are now sounding very, very horny to me. Tripe, you would mind a bit of that? Is that still a thing these days? It was huge, wasn't it, to like me grandparents' generation. Tripe and vinegar. They all used to love it. Esther, you are intrigued by the mince pies. Of course, it's not meat mince, it's mincemeat, which confused the fuck out of everyone. The mincemeat is made out of fruit, not out of flesh. So when people see mince pies, people who are not from the UK, pouring cream over mince pies, they look like, what the hell are these people doing? Eat it, it is lovely. I'd rather eat curry than lovely Danish duck. Lovely Danish duck in a curry. It does sound sensational, that, doesn't it? Have a look at your local butchers, because it might not just be Norfolk that does it. It might be able to do it around here as well. I'm pretty sure they'd all do it. That does. Get on the lookout for that kind of thing. If not, Steve, pictures. I want to see pictures. Cooked and uncooked, I want to see what it's like. Party's on, Esther, party is on. Let's have it large. Proper. You like mince pies and you cannot lie. You've already eaten a box of them. Is that in case of instead of eating proper food because there was no electric to cook and what have you, was that just going to sit at home and eat an entire box of mince pies? That'd fill you up for a week, that, wouldn't it? A box of mince pies. Was there 6 in there? Fits on a plate perfectly. Oh, Steve, come on. Oh, man. I could eat that right now. I say I'm struggling to find food I'd like. I would eat that on the plate right now. Christmas Day is on a Wednesday. Will that impact upon the pause? What could happen is we could have what we used to have in our pub on Christmas night. Free and easy night. There'd be no tickets. All the curtains would be shut. We'd just invite certain people who'd knock on the side door and in they could come. We'd have the fires on, the open fires, guitars down, a sing-along. You visited a patient who had decorations up this week. Did you manage to get them out? Did he fall on them while looking in the loft for the tree? Is that what happened? I've got my decorations up. I'm not getting them out. Your grandparent used to have a dairy farm. Proper fresh creamy milk from the cow. It's like grandparent and grandpa, yeah. What a grandparent was. Your grandpa. No, see, I couldn't do that anymore. Creamy milk. I can't drink cow milk. I only drink almond milk at the moment. But because I've had cow milk recently and I just taste the grease in it. I could not drink milk. I could have some in a cup of tea, but I just couldn't drink milk anymore. Not a chance. Man, you don't do decorations anymore, says the woman whose entire bedroom is full of faces looking back at her. Do knitted decorations, there you go. Best of both worlds. You could knit decorations, couldn't you? Couldn't you? You could. Didn't you do them last year? Did you do a Christmas pudding last year, or am I dreaming this? A brown Christmas pudding with white on the top. I'm sure you did, didn't you? Well early. So Twitter people have Christmas trees up. It's fucking 2 months away. Well, not 2 months away. Just under 2 months away, man. Almost 2 months away from Christmas. Why are they doing it? We haven't even got Halloween or Bombing Night out the way yet. Garbshites. Every night's like that in the pause. It is. There's lights everywhere. There you go. There's your Christmas tree. A cannon one. We can't have a tree. I say we can't, but we can't. We never know though. Mandy agreed about decorating it. Can't do it with TB now. Because of Domingo. Can't have a tree. Otherwise you'd just go Hertz fan. There's always a chance of the TB. I dreamt it. Alright, so. Or was I about to suggest it and then completely forgotten, and in my mind you've knitted a King Christmas pudding. Alright, well there you go. Here's a suggestion for you. Knit a Christmas pudding, you moaning get. Knit, because you can do that, and then, in fact, you know what? If you knit those things that go from one corner of the room to the other, what are they called? Garlands. Knit a couple of garlands from one corner to the other. Cross, corner. You can then turn them into scarves afterwards. Am I a genius or what? There you go. Get on it. Like Wallace and Gromit. Knitted decorations and a dodgy consumer unit. What could possibly go wrong? I'll be looking south thinking, bloody hell, the northern lights are a bit low this time of year, aren't they? Cats don't go well with that, and candles neither. Oh, I need candles. I need tea lights, not candles. It's for a thing. Reminding me. I'll get them tomorrow. Better have a Domingo than Christmas decorations. Yeah. Christmas decorations don't hug you or rub against you and purr, do they? It's only dodgy for 2 weeks, plus it's in a cupboard, no point decorating in there. Knit some decorations, I double dare you. Domingo doesn't do well with anything. Surfaces are for him to prowl and lie upon, not for ornaments. Man knows his cat dem knows what he wants. Is right, lid. Anyway, okay, now it's 25 past 11. What's been going on here? Should have been chatting like a mad aegis. Louise has done a double shift even though she's not here. You alright, Louise? Cheers for the shift, girl. So the screen's gone clear. We know what that is, don't we? King Domingo. The Kingo. You can knit balls and dip them in glitter. I don't think I'd want to be seeing glitter balls anymore. If you know what I mean. I'm the leader. Yep. Morning, Jackie. Good morning, J-Lee. What about you? Jesus, Mary and Josephine. And the wee baby donkey. Yeah, anyway, get your dancing shoes on. It's that time. It's 25 past pissing 11. Oh, man. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Louise and Ali are asleep behind the bar. Domingo is Tom's cat. It all makes sense now. It does. All makes sense. Anyway, dancing shoes, dancing shoes, dancing shoes. Here we go, go, go.
Another great night here at the Paris Pause. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat, told the odd joke. Now get in our hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And that is that.